am this? Yes, this na term for all Salone people and them party them. Sarah J Media will be bringing you a variety of programs ranging from documentaries to discussions, interviews, news, views, sports, and entertainment. Our programs will contain matters on development, governance, the economy, and issues that are of importance to Sierra Leone. So, no left BNO because we get Bebe program then like Salone discussion, meets the ministers, the president's hour, and the Gladi program. Look me, I look you. All this they start soon na www.sarahjmedia.org. Now who's term these?
The total population of Sierra Leone in 2019 was stated approximately at 7.8 million. And the most common cancer reported in 2018 was breast cancer, with an incidence rate of 25.1% and a mortality rate of 19.2%. Ward 2 at the Connaught Hospital, Freetown, is a female surgical ward that cares for patients requiring breast surgery, chemotherapy, and palliative care. General surgery also admits to the ward as see fit. The ward is in need of a significant refurbishment and has a major impact on patient assessment and delivery of treatment, dignity, comfort, and infection control measures. The current ward area presents a significant challenge to infection control. There is no fit-for-purpose or adequate personal hygiene facilities. The showers and sanitary areas are in poor condition and are difficult to clean. The flooring is deteriorated. Overall deco and fabric of the walls need repair and full decoration. Furniture, cupboards, and shelving require replacement. The sluice, known to be the dirty utility room, is in poor condition and needs replacing. Windows need to be replaced as current windows bring in draughts, dust, debris, mosquitoes, and rodents. There is no designated area to provide a day service for patients receiving chemotherapy. Medical supplies is desperately needed. Therefore, we need a total amount of £15,000, which is equivalent to 195 million leones, for this project. This project will focus on women diagnosed with breast cancer and other non-malignant breast abnormalities requiring one or more of the treatment modalities that are currently available. We will also set up a day unit for the administration of chemotherapy and provide training and development to ensure sustainability. Therefore, I am pleading to all individuals, organizations, and local businesses, and every Sierra Leonean and friends of Sierra Leone to make a meaningful contribution that will never go in vain. Ways to contribute will be seen at the end of this clip. I am Aissata Sisejalo of the Health Show Partnership Program. Remember, your health is your wealth.
Hello, my name is Josephine Kamara. I'm the founder of You Can Do It Foundation. You Can Do It Foundation is a charitable organization based in Sierra Leone, West Africa. You Can Do It Foundation has been in existence for the past 2 years. We have been fighting gender-based violence against women and girls within the community. During the past 2 years, we have been offering psychosocial support, counseling, court fee, medical fee, including school items to the survivors of gender-based violence. However, during the lockdown of COVID-19, report received and confirmed that rape cases among a minor has increased tremendously within our community. Because of this, You Can Do It Foundation has secured the land to build an accommodation for the survivors of rape. However, this may almost become impossible without your generous support. We need your help to build this home for the survivors. Your help could be in cash or in kind. If you wish to join us to make a difference in a child's life, please go to our website, which is www.youcandoitcyf.org, or you can go to our GoFundMe page, which is Home of Hope for the survivors of gender-based. Or you can contact us with the details at the end of this video. We thank you greatly for your generous support, and thank you once more for making a difference in a child's life.
Silverstone Beats.
People killing, people dying, children hurting, hear them crying. You can practice what you preach, or would you turn the other cheek? Father, 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 help us, send some guidance from above. People got me questioning, where is the love?
See this life going evil, we all have to give, oh, yeah. Cause all I see is evil, and too much killing of my people, yeah. So let's bless one another, yeah. So let's help one another. I sing again, yeah.
What's me, I don't see this kind of thing where they happen. This not for be education opportunity. Now in we need, let we learn for the share, not to attempt for big greed.
You see this life, the live, oh. You see where we lose and we know. Stop killing one another. Let's stand together, yeah. Stop playing the hero, looking at each other like we're zero. On the block with a C, money dip and make every day pan pre, yeah.
Outright beat, they took our boys, they take our joy, take our joy. This not the time we stop now crime. Don't blind by this life, your future.
Stop the stabbing, stop the killing. Let's love one another. Peace.
Where is the
I see fighting every day, I see dying every day. Why don't we help each other and pave the way for a better life, a life that we all deserve? Instead of killing each other, why don't we preserve? So you wanna be a bad man, he's gonna be a badder man. You got a big knife, he's gonna get a bigger knife. Our people suffered for years in chains. Now we turn on each other, cut for gains. For the ones that send the youth to kill themselves, you pretend to be a father figure but only care for yourself. You are nothing but the flesh of the devil. You're evil, low life on another level. Think about the mothers and the pain they go through. You don't care for these kids, they mean nothing to you. But karma only knows the boomerang maneuver. One day the green reaper will be your remover.
They settle the range, ranting up some sanctimonious food. Is as poetic verses, ruminate a prophecy given to a sentient dude. So I say it's as it is for you to listen and deduce the wisdom that's gonna liberate and galvanize you. Under the sun ain't nothing new, that for black on black crimes and breaking news. Under the sun ain't nothing new.
You gotta stand up, stand up for what you believe in. Gotta stand up, stand up for what is right. Cause if you got me, then I've got you too. Regardless of what you've been through, even when you're feeling blue.
Where is the
Do this if we try. There's no time to waste, no time. Together forever, whatever the weather. Us as a unit working together.
See, I did not London, but me heart still at home. God don't lift me up, but me heart still at ground. You will never go far if you don't
We all know this is that we own day. The day today, now the day for we for celebrate, for come and talk. But before we start the program today, I only could just give some amount of 30 seconds, minutes of silence for respect the fact that yesterday we'll get a player away fall down at the pitch. And we believe so that player there is in good health, he's fine, he's safe, he's still alive. Thank God for that. They'll just give an amount of 30 seconds of silence, please.
It's a big moment for these players, Frank.
All right, thank you very much once more. We hope he recover very soon and he gets back to his feet and play the game where he so love in football. Well, today we need to do a very long introduction because we come watch the match between England and Croatia. Well, this is not so much way for the suspects say magic get for happen because you know how the Englishman in town when it comes to football, they are very determined. The last game we watched when at the Italy game, we not been see too many fans them at the stadium. We will fit this until might affect the game to some extent. But today, we didn't have our home ground when at the great Wembley Stadium. Pamola, welcome to the pro.
Hi, good afternoon. This is Pamola T-Boy, one of the analysts them on this program for the Euros.
Well, today we'll not even come long with the intro because the game is just about to start. We don't get the lineup right now, but we get a lot for talk about today. The English game, the English game, and the essence of the English game, and why them bring on the game now Wembley. You know, say a couple of months ago, there is a lot of controversy. Maybe they say the game might not play inside England. It's too early. People in the rush, COVID not done this and all that stuff. So today we come to the first game of the England team where they play at Wembley, and we can see exactly what's in that game they get for B-Leg. We not say Croatia has been a very good contender in terms of playing England over the years, and they don't give it so much problems in the past. But today, we can't prove them back again for the second or third time right. Say yes, England is much better than Croatia. And some of the other teams they're waiting at Europe. More like, give me some quick statistics about the England team before the game kick off.
The England team gets a good run for the qualifiers. And also during the qualifiers, they use more than 40 players in terms of rotation. So you see, say, they get the squad in depth. You got more talents now in the squad. It's just how they get for utilize them on these tournaments because this is not a tournament. It's different from the qualifiers. If you utilize your squad extensively, then you will get the result where you want.
Well, as I see the England lineup, it's full of the team that we make they can't do this show when are the amount of black players involved. And we'd also see the challenges that in making the team selection was great. And we also realize this is also more or less like a youthful team where the England coach don't present today. So if you say Southgate don't do well so far with the team selection and with the fact that he take the single World Cup and he still maintain the team structure, over to you.
Yeah. In terms of identifying the talents them, now England, I believe they don't do very, very well because we all normally see things like this for happen in a million years. We all know how England used to be because when they don't get this player, let's say Harry Kane as an example, it's just Harry Kane, they don't get that time for identify the others. But with Southgate and in technical staff, they don't identify so many players for come at the first England team. And majority of them lately, not blacks. Not black players then. Now Roy Hodgson, now he start this project for like we will know much about the England FA, we know saying that he start this project. But when you look at since when Southgate joined the England team, he said don't execute them well for identify more young talents then, especially the black young players then.
Right. So we realize say in England they play with 4-3-2-1 formation. What's in that formation they don't tell you about? Now a defensive formation or a formation where now outright formation for coming.
4-2-3-1. To be honest,
So 4-3-2-1. Yeah.
Yeah. It's 4-2. 2 CDM.
No, it's 4-3-2-1 up front. So basically, you get 4 defense, 3 in the middle, 2 on the flanks, then Hurricane up front for as a lone striker. So they get support from the 2 wing backs, they go and come, and then 2 wing backs, and they give you a 5 midfield support. So basically, they're not overcrowded in midfield straight away, and then just left Hurricane because you know for say Hurricane a 1-1 man strike away. On a 1-to-1, you get a chance you can score. You don't need any kind of backup or support. So you can pump them to kind of the same style of the Wimbledon type of play. Lock the defense, choke the midfield, and then get one strike up front. What do you think?
Yeah, the reason why then they use that formation more, because it's one of the most adaptable formation. You can change them. You understand?
Okay.
Based on the realism of the game. Because sometimes you come with this formation, but as the game in terms of game understanding, how the game they go, they adapt. And some of these systems, they are so very, very adaptable. You can change them to 4-3-3 or 4-5-1 or 4-4-2. So it's very, very adaptable system. I mean, not to England, nobody play with that system. If you watch where France get for camp safe, you get for see the same. But now the most adaptable system.
All right, well, the game don't kick off, and these are just the early stages. So what's your prediction for today's game?
The prediction?
Yes.
Very difficult. Because I know much about Croatia. Very difficult. Croatia midfield, then get a better football brain. A better
decision. Now that's not easy to make England pack the midfield just in case.
But thank you very much. You the lead of the whole Lameka Toxi. The England system is very, very adaptable.
Right.
Because when you look at Croatia
go on, sorry.
Croatia midfield, I did in strength there. I did everything there about Croatia. And in terms of the quality, better decision, the executions them, they are better than England, that area. So the only way you can dominate them, you need more bodies.
Well, I think that the England team don't progress a lot over the years because when you look at the formation of the team right now, this now the team we don't date together for almost, I would say, 5 years and more. They've only bring in few new players, few new young brains them. But now like a compact team, we don't date together for too long. You feel to say that will give them more advantage over some other countries the way they still build up on their team formation?
Yes, no advantage. But at the same time, Croatia team more experienced than the England team. When you look at
against England, eh?
No.
If you die against England, I probably will because me today mean an England fan. Now I don't want me England judge yourself for making no for the today mean an England fan.
we all want let England win.
Sure, definitely.
We all want let England win. But realistically, we get foresee the truth. This is not an easy game. It's not an easy ride for England. England get for do a lot for win this game. Because
so far, England seems for they in good possession. They don't play for the first 2 minutes, now the Croatian half, and it looks like they are very comfortable with the ball, and they don't look they struggle. And I know say but people are glued onto their TV now watching, and I feel say the game don't evolve over the years, especially when it comes to the amount of young players being used. What's in that you feel to say could be the benefit of this England team? Because the Croatia team gets experienced midfield, yes, we know that. But when you look at the differences in about the age of the MP player there, so it's totally different.
Well, you're talking about the age?
Yeah, the age of the players then, and the fact say England gets more younger youths playing.
Yeah, energy-wise, you say yes for England. because they're young, they're gonna use more energy in the game. But sometimes you can use the energy, use it with your brain. It take you anywhere.
Sure.
Yeah, it take you anywhere because you get for use your brain as well. Like when you talk about in terms of pressing. So man, they always hear this word press. Then instead they use the word. But how you press? Where?
Well, England pressure right now.
Yes.
The ball is in the half.
You say no more, they need the press, they're not the press. No. You get for use your brain also for press.
True. Now, I know say you don't play you don't play ball like Europe and England somewhere. What's in that the English game like compared to the other form of league they really play now, Germany, France, Belgium, or Italy, or Spain? How challenging is the English league?
High intensity.
In what way?
Well, even from the grassroots stuff, when you watch the grassroots, the way in the train is all about speed, desire, mental toughness. That 9 game.
Did I see Mr. Palmer wearing in Liverpool jersey? I don't know why make you wearing Liverpool jersey. Because I don't know how many Liverpoolians then they got now the pitch. England is almost attacking now. Oh yes! Oh no. They just hit the post. This game get for me tough. Today I get for take time I cannot kick the television for going to me. But like I said to you earlier on, England get for attack this game all the way through because the kind way how they put the information together, they are very comfortable with the ball. This is not the first time I see England they play. They need to kick the ball, then they pass the ball about 5 or 6 times, even take it back to the goalie. The English game don't evolve. Even they say the English game evolved because of the influence of foreign coaches. We don't come for change the mentality of the English player.
100%.
How?
Because most of the foreign coaches them believe in you for play football. Before the English football, it's just about long ball, run, use your physique, being aggressive, play with passion. Remember, we just talked about that just now.
Yeah.
So now they don't have the fine game into that aggression, speed, passion, the desire. They don't have that fine game now into that. What do you feel now will be the result when you get?
That's a close miss. Close miss, man. Hit the post. Jesus, go on.
So you see when England don't add all that into the game, you see and say now everything look very, very good. Then they progress. If you go now the England FA now, then get a lot of foreign coaches that will work for them.
Right.
Yeah. One thing I will tell you today, we will introduce by English football, but come on, no. We have English football now futsal. You know about futsal?
Yeah, I know futsal. Yeah.
Yeah. Every academy gets a day every week with not just futsal.
And futsal is a very difficult game.
Very difficult game.
Very difficult game.
So, waiting the South Americans then get, England buy them. Then bring the expert in England.
Because I never say they work. Because they keep you fitness, they keep you skill. Oh! Another miss, another close miss. So, what sort of score line you go predict this game for be like?
It's hard to predict.
I'm looking at a 3-1 scoreline. 3-1 scoreline to England.
3-1 to England.
Yeah. Now that made look at the closest will be a 3-1 scoreline because the kind of way how the English team they play with confidence.
Yeah.
They get confidence in possessing the ball and knocking it around. They don't seem to be scared like the other England team that we would see previously. We go struggle. That's what kind of been taking. Oh no. I think at the moment, Croatia then they overcrowd their defense because they know for say this English team gets pissed.
Yeah.
Not just pace, but then get Raheem Stanley where they take you on. They take you, but I think so far
England is good,
had a better half of the first 8 minutes, and I think the way I think they go, I am predicting a 3-1 victory to England.
Okay. Did you watch the England-Croatia in the World Cup?
I did.
Yeah? Do you still have the reflection when the match started?
I still get the reflection when the match starts, but this is not the same England team.
No, I'm just saying.
Hey.
Did you still have that reflection?
I still do, yeah, but it's not the same England team. Because the amount of that England team we play against Croatia was a test run of the England team we play so right now. Meaning, these boys were on the platform for the first time, most of them, for play, now that kind of big platform they for represent England. So they had, even though they had a lot to lose, but they were still having fun. They've had 2 brilliant chances so far, and those 2 brilliant chances have hit the target well. So there's a possibility to say, yes, that was the England then, but I think it is quite different from the England we see today with the same Croatia way they made it play 4 years ago. Because the confidence where this team don't build is greater than before. Very, very different.
So Southgate deserve?
Of course. I will not have any question mark to praise Southgate because he has been challenged. He has been challenged by his own compatriots saying he's not good enough for manage the team. He's not experienced enough. But when you look at the way how Southgate don't bring this team, it don't bring not just youthfulness into the game, but flair. The English game, you can't even believe that in England you watch Chef Sugar now. You go to think so you watch some kind, you go to watch like a Holland or France or Spain to some extent. Because the confidence when the ball gets for all the ball and play is unbelievable. Seriously. It's not so just because of England they play, but the game has changed drastically. Seriously, don't change.
Roy Hodgson been promised 2015. When they changed
the attack again, chances are flowing over. Oh, chances not go out take it too. Go on, Molai. So you get for sorry me today because England they play.
That's fine. 2015 when they changed the English football DNA.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Roy Hodgson been promised. Everyone said English football get for change.
But you know, say Roy Hodgson and my team back right now, and they do very well in my team. It build up the confidence of the players. Then.
Who
Crystal Palace. He just forgets like.
No, it all resigned.
It all resigned finally.
Yeah.
Nah. Oh yeah.
The age.
No, well, I think you see, but it's still on the technical desk.
Yeah, then go get for keep him.
Yeah, he's still on the technical desk because I'm not being feel to say don't totally go out.
Because he's a proper manager.
No, he is, and you know, say the man who scouts most of the skillful and talented English players.
When I tell you, 9 build this squad, 9 project this, 9 and just the continue so. And to be honest, Southgate, they do well in terms of identifying the young players there.
No, he is doing well. So far, he don't take the team go to that level in the World Cup for the first time. And he don't make sure that the team don't maintain. He still get the team together. You see, coaching is not just about management of the pitch. I mean, on the pitch. It's also management of the pitch. So in real regards, other than I feel this is one of the best coaches they don't get a salon. Don't talk about us. No, come back to London and see the coaches they don't get inside the London game. Who don't use forget?
You mean the salon coaches in a salon?
Salon coaches in a salon, yeah. No staff force with them.
Presently.
No, I mean past, present, and few years back. What are you feel to say you don't do well in terms of bringing the best out of Sierra Leone national team?
Well, when I be young, I be know of Manny Peters because I've been the same streets we've been there. I've been formerly Youngsters coach.
Okay.
Manny Peters. Everyone know him. I've been Republicans coach. The term Republicans been named Republicans. And then I'm in the coaching national team. Tonight I'm in the first salon coach for go Germany. We go do coaching course and then coach the national team. He will later go to Liberia and coach Liberia national team. He was a good coach. Mula in days in Blackpool.
Okay.
He changed the game. Not only Blackpool, he changed the game. Now you get John Kistaway in the present national team coach. When you look at the level, he's in a better level than the coaches that we got there, because he's been here, done his badges, and then also going to Salon. You don't play, I think, 2 premiership where he win them. So you can't argue his ability. That means he's ahead of them because he's been doing it consistently. So you can't rule him out, say he's not the best.
Okay. So in your own playing days in Freetown, what's in ball been talent? I'm not saying I've been talented, skillful player.
Well, then in the league been very, very organized in Salon. It's during the 90s.
Okay.
Everybody into football. The competition be high. Imagine then in the day, how you go, like me go play in a national team when you get then Keita, then Jazino, then Junior Tumbu. You understand these guys? When then they play, how you understand? Because they are ahead of you.
Okay.
Far, then Jazino. So even when you're not a good player, it's not easy for like cross that pathway if you say could be ahead of them.
So how many caps do you represent the country with?
The under 17 are lucky for being with the under 20. Then they're telling you in Sherrington, fortunate for being at the squad, one friendly with the under 20. Then Mohamed Kalon last game Nande before he go to Lebanon. We not be friendly we play, but we all been on the transfer we all back now the under 17.
Okay.
And so 17, 20 they train together. But that match day, now all been in at the under 20 squad. To be in last squad and they play against Liberia national team, a friendly match before they depart for go to Lebanon.
So you not been managed to get any international caps at all?
No,
on
the
senior level?
They're not the bench. No, senior level, no.
Wow. So how you feel with that kind of talent we even get for making it for make the senior level?
It's hard. It's hard to swallow. But you're looking at the goal players at that time. Just imagine Salon qualify for 2 Nation Cup. Those guys, they were in a different level. You understand? With football not being that top, but these guys were talent.
Now looking out to the England Salon football setup, I realized say like 10, 15 years ago, whoa, just missed another one. And Harry Kane miss. Never mind. The goal line begin come small. It come. That's just a free kick. And a sheer miss by Harry Kane. Again, I think when they use the strength of their ability in the air, and they also get physical fitness as well. First thing, they see English player and that big and able for hold the ball and knock them around. But this time around, they are big, fit, knock the ball around and can only hold on to the ball as well. The difference don't change a lot.
Until Femi they listen.
Femi they listen, why?
Make use of your chances.
True.
We've all been in that situation.
No, but again,
you're on top of the game, you're in total control, you're creating chances, and your execution is letting you down, and then the opponent get one opportunity, they score, and it changes the whole dynamics of the
No, but what thing I would say England don't do so far away good, they have hit their targets. You can take all your chances by not hitting the target. That means you have failed taking those chances. But when you took your chances and hit the target, it means, yes, the goalkeeper is doing extremely well. The goalkeeper is making sure that he is in goal and he is performing in his best ability. So that doesn't mean the team is not doing well. They are taking their chances and they are hitting their targets. And when you don't hit the target, when you have those chances, that means you haven't tried. And you take when they say in the game, when they say take your chance, now for hit the target, maybe the keeper make a save. And then they say back pass, but they've got two possible chances where one hits the post. The second one, definitely the keeper should say is skillful because it was an angle shot, so he get for stretch out more. So that means, yes, they're taking their chances. And they're not just stopping there, they take on the offensive as well. So it means they are determined. They're not possibly scored. They haven't scored a goal yet, but I think they're doing well so far. I mean, they said the first 15 minutes of a match determines where the match is going to be directed to. And so far, so good. Yes, they might score against England, God forbid, but that doesn't mean that's the end of it. And we don't see over the years where England don't come off from behind and win matches. So basically, I'm not saying it's going to happen today, but the amount of level of confidence with the team don't show so far, I think we should give them that praise.
Yeah.
Especially when they play with skillful team like Croatia. We won't not say Croatia and a team, oh, Raheem Stanley again in their half. Oh, no. I think this 4-3-2-1 don't slightly change, although it not take too much effect yet. But I think the Croatians have overcrowded their defense and well, not the midfield, because the midfield has been dominated by England so far, but they've overcrowded their defense. They are on their back footing all the time.
It's what I told you before the start of the match. I said the system is the most adaptable system.
Yep.
And they're utilizing it at the moment.
Yeah.
What Croatia is struggling with now is the England high pressing game. Then they struggle with them. The English boys they press them very, very high.
Yeah.
So watch Croatia, the whole first half, then just inside their own half.
Yeah. They're afraid for take the chances, so that they give England made them pump all the gas for now.
Yeah.
And it's not the England team where they pump the gas in entire. These are boys who have played the Premiership to the best level, and they're all in our top teams.
When you get Mount, you get Ryan, you get Foden, not the pitch. These guys can press.
Ryan won in the take on the whole team.
Harry Kane,
you know they hesitate. Harry Kane in the push up for making a good idea.
Yeah. So the England the press.
Raheem Stanley again. Okay, that's that's not the replay of the first one. All right, that's fine. We're still there.
England pressed them so much. But I hope you understand they don't run out of steam.
Well,
that's why you need to be careful as well.
Naimika said this not to that England team where they run out of steam. That England team where they run out of steam. Now the England team where they get the household bigger names than like 10 years ago.
Yeah. Because
those particular players are not really 110%. They can give you their all. Yeah, and they all are just about 70 minutes of the game.
You can't say that in the World Cup. In the World Cup, England run out of steam against Croatia, against Belgium.
They run out of steam?
Yeah.
They say that not all this World Cup paper so.
This one, they play with Belgium on the third place.
Yeah, no, but come on. That was like the third place position anyway. There's nothing to do.
And then what about the semis?
They're just there to have fun. But during the competition itself, before they go to that third place position, I think say they give all the team they wouldn't play run for their money. And these boys were like possibly new, fresh on that particular platform. So Mola, we don't talk about the coaches them now salon. Now let's talk about the management system. 10 years, 15 years ago, we may get a large amount of salon football clubs that will be in this country. What's happening?
It's the interest. The interest.
What's in killer interest? We've been getting the likes of Golden Eagles, Leon Stars, Sierra Stars, Sabano. Then we get Kakeda and Team Women in of London. So we had practically five Sierra Union clubs. So each of those 5 clubs will get a minimum of full squad. They came for play 11-11 and get even subs.
Well, I feel say what the main thing that just killed the whole interest is that we used to meet in a tournament way every year. I think twice a year or so, once a year. There was a time that not really exists anymore, and that will make most of the areas they keep them squad, because every year you look forward, say we get to go on a tournament, salon tournament. You understand? We will all get from it. So something get for movie for you will maintain that. And also, even with the Leon Stars, we have been the main. Lately, not been play any competitions them also. We in international competitions, we didn't invite, like inner city, the other ones in the old. So we see all the things and they make people then lost interest. And now the only Leon Stars just still maintain, you understand? And then the Leon Stars veterans, they play league. Not the only two teams in that. But if we start now, as we talk to, we say, okay, you know what, let's bring these people back together. Now organize a tournament for them. What is going to happen? Everybody get to begin call each other again. Oh, T-Boy, they're making tournament back. Let we try for come together again and start this thing. Now the people can start for get themselves together. Because if we begin now, we say, okay, we all call ourselves, we practice 1 to 10, say, go on, scatter this group again, let's maintain the group again. Because we get events that we always come up with, they need we for good showcase. But we not get any side for showcase now, so people just don't care. Some man prefer now, okay, then they play in any cage, they go play there. Because you know, see, that's another way they look forward to. And also...
So if you say the spirit will die of the game is based on the fact that people don't get interest anymore, or because they don't really do tournaments anymore?
The tournaments, now one. The tournament. Because we've been remember a long time we've been the play school league.
School league not there again, isn't it?
School league not there again.
So who have been the organizers of the tournament so we make all teams don't die?
I've been know from Bobby and few more people. But all these things again, it get to do with funding. You understand? It gets to do with funding. And then there's another problem that just we get to be realistic. We are not disciplined. You understand? I'm talking about the majority we can involve in football. Back, especially in Ayasu. You understand?
Okay.
Bobby, then they make this thing for let we all come together. So man gets a different motive. If they go there, sometimes something no go at your advantage in terms of decision making. Like the referee make a decision where you're not happy with, people then begin to misbehave, they fight, they do so many things. So that can cause a negative impact also. Because some man go say, well, I didn't spend my money for bringing people and come together, and I saw people in the camp can behave. So I might as well just stop.
Okay, so back in those days, we really get school league. I think Kobe organized the school league, and you see people really appreciate and people really put their money into the game, but they get that kind of support. So if you say now the individuals then they get for do that on a regular basis, or now something we get for be done collectively by different people and not just one person no more?
It get for be done collectively. Yeah. And then also don't forget here at one time because of this recession and all and they been calm, that first recession, most of the sponsors they really get, they all kind of run out of business. They're not able for sponsor. You know, there's so many things and they will affect the whole program.
The game don't slightly change. the game don't begin play more inside the England half at the moment, but we still the 0-0, and England don't get two brilliant chances.
They come very close. Where is Femi?
Eh?
Where is Femi?
Femi the cannot you know more.
They come very close. I said to you, be careful. They're not run out of steam because you can't just be pressing. playing high up. You understand? Sometimes you need to be very, very use your brain as well.
Well, maybe that's the time
I
they're using their
get
brain now.
this discussion with you. Say people like can just say, "Oh, they're not depressed, they're not depressed." No, you know, say person get for do with energy.
Of course.
So if you do a normal constantly, what if you say what happen?
It means you know they run out of gas, but you go exhaust the pressure on you on the opposition.
Yeah, but when
the opposition they go to defend. But for defense self again, for attack it's another form of defense. In football, attacking is also a form of defense because it means you put your position on a balance the way you're not comfortable with. So for as much as you attack, it means your opposition is also doing extremely hard to stop you from scoring. So I'm not going to say an attacking team, a team where will lose gas. Well, like I said to you earlier on, this England team, not so that England team where they run out of gas easily. Then I go take for sure. They don't run out of gas easily because these are like hardcore Premiership players. They don't play week in, week out. And the kind of game winning they play now. The English game not funny, bro. Because I will tell you only for two because I don't play them.
Yeah.
In the level at which way I don't play them, not to any level to be compared with this kind of level where they play so that.
No, but you feel because you feel them. You feel that pressure in terms of the high tempo and all this.
Yeah, of course.
It's just English football from grassroots to the highest level.
Of course.
The same mentality.
We don't get players that way, don't play poor, we don't come to Europe, don't can England for can play there we Sunday League. They play on number one thing. They're not playing.
Yeah, not able.
What's it going to say they're able? Why?
Because like the two you talk about now, but the intensity of the game. You understand? Mm-hmm. The passion, the desire. See the other part in Europe, they just base the game on how you understand the game. You understand? Then how you execute. The English football is different. You understand? They put the work. You have to put the shift. So they're on you full time. They're on you. That's why I say from grassroots to pro level, it's the same.
You see, Femi de Bluff with in Sabano Trophy. Yes, baby. We not say you belong with trophy there, but Mr. Gary, also we. This is the Southern Sunday Football League. And this is the Wawa be the 1 hour power because they're saying the Sunday League not be one of the best still be the happen at the Southeast.
So tell Femi now, let bring Sabano come together.
Well, funny enough, Sabano still they play.
They started again today.
Last season, I think. Eh?
They started again today.
Oh, they've started playing again today?
Yeah.
So then they train today or they not start their own league?
Now they're training because all the off season. So they don't begin again for meets. You know, see, they're always in meets every Sunday. They get their own group. So for a while, they're not been in meets. But yesterday, I see was Steven put on in Facebook status. They try to get people in back again. See, we're gonna go back again to.
Well, Golden Eagles still they exist. Now, one team we don't be consistent from a begin play for them over 20 years ago. They are still playing. They're still on a league. Because
they got football-minded people like Francis.
Well, they have a football-minded coach, when Francis.
Yeah, Francis and all this.
So Francis has been one of the most consistent footballing coach in the UK within the Salon community. And it's not just based in football around just Salon players, it's mixed. Because I've played with so many different players from different countries who have been the Golden Eagles those years. And in my days in Golden Eagles, well, you get the likes of Donald Macaulay, where they take joke, where if you take a pass that ball, you don't pass that, the guy kick your foot on the ball. You get the likes of Wizard. You get the likes of Kenge. You get the likes of Issa, of course, we're not on Bishop right now. It was not a funny thing. When I say Golden Eagles, they play Sierra Star. Now, like when they say England, they play Scotland. But you be fortunate for play in any of the rivalry games in those years?
No, I can't meet. Leon starts playing against Sabano. Leon starts playing against The other team would have informed na Peckham.
Then are Peckham boys.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I made them one in the.
Okay. Well, Peckham boys have been the same way. I think Leon Star came for amalgamate the young boy them and bring them together. They form a Peckham. I think Peckham boys was on the South London League, where we did as a slightly semi-pro level, isn't it?
Yes.
It was meant to be like a community team anyway.
Mm.
Because maybe don't left ball lenders and the Peckham boys them been formed. And those are the days they will get a young boy, Tambagongo, and few more other boys. We can join the Peckham boys. And they do very well, really. But what's it make all that they not get life anymore? What's it bring all that kind of disunity we make football they happen again at the community? They get local league there again. All the bigger teams they been there, Sierra Star done. Sabano, yes, they're not in existence. Golden Eagles still there. Like you clearly say, Leon Star still there in the league. But they've changed so much of that kind of community thing where they happen during summer. Where at least they get 2 tournaments, they get like the league the way they happen among the salon team them, will they get school league, will they take part in inner city, and all anything in there.
But all anything they get for those sponsors, get for those funding.
Yeah, but will they pay contributions then for register?
Well,
and those are the days when people don't have permanent jobs. Some people don't even get paper safe. But imagine 10 years from now to 2008 to now, everything have changed. People have jobs. People are stable. But now when people have become stable and comfortable, now all things just die. While we were struggling those days, we were able to put these things together. Why?
It's difficult. There's a lot. It's deep. It's deep. It's deep. But I feel the Peckham boys, that team they would inform can cause some kind of a lot of you understand, faction among all sides, and then just kill the game.
We cannot say veteran they still play where Gino Paris they manage.
Then
they play constantly. But there are also a few more other fringes of groups that way they play on a regular basis on Sunday because I'm thinking it's a marking community. People can't go play volleyball. Who's side?
Not the other veterans.
Okay, the other veterans say they train.
Yeah. Now, Gino Paris, they do very well. They do very well for at least for maintain 2 teams them. Because Naina the coach for the veterans on Saturday, and then Naina coach the veterans on Sunday as well. That's my commitment. Not only commitment, you understand, bringing people together is not easy these days. And he's doing it consistently.
So why can't they put together a local league? Like the way somebody cancel, some don't cancel, ball not on playing at the community for quite some time. And we can always do the tournament and they will get a kind of big European or World Cup tournament there. So why can't they put together some kind of league where they bring Kamal and team and they back together? Because the last day when we play, now we Sierra start play some friendly match against veteran. I only lasted for 20 minutes. I pulled my hamstring and off it. So that was my last footballing days. That was like almost 4 or 5 years ago. And the last time I remember I played for that 4 or 5 years ago was also another 5 years down the line or more. So if he can come back to light, there is a likelihood, say maybe as if I don't count in Liverpool, that in for Jersey.
Also again, the other thing will affect the football in UK as well. There was a time when most of the guys that we been the organized in games there so then leagues here will be the play and all and they all been just lost that kind of interest with salon football now. Majority of them want to go to salon to go establish and set there.
Okay.
So because of that, begin lose the key members that we they in charge of them roles in the.
Like one major man we are not called what they can call now Odule. We've been get so much passion. Odule been putting money, putting energy, putting everything just for the fact cinema elect the game. If they make sure say we get tournament, they will be they go into. We get the African Nations Cup tournaments. Will be they take part. Of course, the inner city we don't become a salon property in a way. We can year in year out in a salon the win until the time that we retire and at the time then begin struggle for beginning the inner city in a full fledged. Let's bring in Femi. I see don't come and go. Femi, can I bring you in? Welcome to the program.
Yes,
and I know say the England game don't go now for about maybe first half they're almost done. So let me bring you kind of in quick and give you an insight about the game and what we don't begin to talk about so far. Over to you.
Yes, C-boy. As I've been saying, the game began very nice for England. England.
I can't hear you, Femi.
You can't hear me? Wow.
Femi, on mute.
Yes.
Okay, yes, T-boy. And T-boy. T-boy squared now gets it. England begin very well. Then been the attack. We see several chances there with the miss for score. But as Croatia always do, Croatia come back strongly and can take possession of the midfield. At the moment, it look like say the game don't sit on well. I've been enjoying from here. I had enjoying our discussion as well. I love the discussion about the English game or the Salon people who even play now. So the Sierra Stars, the Leon Stars, the Golden Eagles, and of course the mighty Sabano, because now we come out of nowhere, can't beat the whole. Wait till we say remember the game against Leon Stars against Sabano. I hope say remember the way Sabano beat Leon Stars, because I'll be actually playing at that game there, and these guys they've been play for Leon Stars at the time. Then I will be mentor them. Yeah, we'll be go down Budgies Park, go watch them, and we'll be eager for join with them. But also, we'll not miss a play ball, so we sit on a bench all the time. So the start of Sabano literally will begin meets now place in Pips Estate. Now Bamonzi will begin play with we safety. We decide say we want form go and make this official. So we look around the leagues because a lot of women they don't Woolwich at the time. We go Woolwich and District League. Usa Ian Wright's been they play way beyond. So literally then give you a position, then put in a Division 2. We not win Division 2, but we can second. But the team will win them, we beat them some beating. We been get one bobo, we be named Mohammed. Sometimes they listen to we been call her. I'm not calling him. Anyway, this man been I want to see if una sabi the man. The man been put Rio Ferdinand a bench with them in the good school. That's how good Mohammed been there.
Mohammed,
yes. One day we all play. We play one cup tournament. We a score from that goal where David Beckham scoring from the halfway line. Now I kick the ball. I chip the goalkeeper. Then give me the goal of the season. And Mohammed will get the goal of the season leading up to that point still.
Wow.
So today Mohammed means so they pan dispute say that really and truly get them, but me get the cup. So really and truly now me get them. But football was fun. But as soon as say encouragement, I think say 9 die out. And I believe say the because we've been enjoying league. Apart from what we go play against we self the Salonians, because we all been enjoying different league them either Saturday or Sunday. It kept when you manager they call you every Saturday for you manage to go play ball Sunday morning, this and that. People we build a team together, not just a football team, but a family. And I think Sidandi nine missing now. Obviously Sabano was formed in 1997. And then do well up to recently 9 Sabano fallout. So I think we lasted 20 years in the league, and for more than promote we, then ever relegate we do best for for keep the Salon name going, and which and district league still gets the respect for we Salon since then. Now the Sierra Leone team, them one man we are always the member. I wonder why that man never make him professional. We been get one fuller man. I wonder if we go able guess This Fulham man, he been a play number 9. Then I never forget one day he bought the ball. By the time he bought the ball, gonna run. Where they run, he left all the defender them for dead. Tibo, you can guess?
Of course. Then at the striker way, I don't know why not play for Salon. The great Alpha Bar.
Correct.
He gets strength, he gets energy, he gets skills, and he gets scoring power.
Indeed.
But I don't know why he not play for Salon because
I don't know, but we'll go for us the big one then the game.
Alpha Bar na one man way. If you call prolific striker there inside London, we don't play in a Salon. We don't play football now. One man you go call, then he gets the man himself, Abdul Cole, and then you get the man himself, Bobodin, where they boss the net, so he kick the ball hits the net, the boss. So man can say, oh, buddy, you have broke the bar. Then you get the man who get the best left footer within the Salon community those days. Pamela, you know her? The best Salon left footer who don't get inside London League. Sunday League.
Tibati?
No. Tibati not play ball in London again. He can't eat now. Then if they play week in, week out. He play for Sierra Star, he play for Leon Star, he play for Golden Eagles.
Now left footer?
Left footer, the best who don't get within Salon community inside London.
Then are your opinion, T-boy? I said, your opinion, So the best left footer.
That's not just my opinion, That's the best opinion. Because I call the person name, you go believe. He sabi play, he get skills, he get pace, there's a bit slap double with in left foot.
That Pikin Pele?
No. Pikin Pele not can play in London, but say just come back and go back. Most of them big name where they call so they struggle for can play one in London because London league not funny. Sunday level 7 may tough guy. When you see Femi the whole guitar quick. Abu Plazas.
Okay, see around.
Oh, okay. Well, now the way you play with him, for you don't play with real left footer. You see when they say Ruben a left footer, well then they will tell you say he don't play that Ruben level football, but not see left footer like Amit. Abu Plazas.
Yeah, he was good.
He gets strength. You send the ball, give him na any flank. He ready for collect him, receive him in first touch was good. But you give him small pace, they push that ball before you. He get all team. He sabi slap that ball to make the ball actually hit the net. So we have all these players doing those days.
Namani also.
We have all these players doing those days. But we still not able for get ourselves and make we able for play football back. Because those days were not easy. Femi, you remember the time where we been get school league where you will go represent Gamma School and I've been so savant player there anyway. Because Gamma School not be a football team. Femi, I used to attend a one Nigeria guy all for play for Gamma School, then defend all the biggest.
Tibo left fly.
I mean, go on, tell me small about that.
Tibo left fly. But yeah, it's true. I think say community work been take place a lot back then. A lot of people day into community work, and one of the reasons for bring the youth then together, they may not realize say football been play a key part. So if you imagine Burgess Park, Delicate City with San Comoso was packed full. As you say, you get 4 teams, them each of them eligible for or able for field a full squad. So let's say a squad of 22 players them. Yeah, because as you say, we've been get sub them, multiple subs them. So imagine that's at least 100 players them where they turn up at the field just for go play football. Not they count their girlfriend them, their brother, their sister them, but that was 100 youth them we been together for put them together now one place. So I believe say now all them places in the Sierra community na South London anyway born out of. And we from there we spread into different areas then. I think so waiting end up kill the thing that the people who been in Ronam obviously age, and as T-boys say the funding, the lack of funding, because it's not easy for GAP for the go to do thing there consistently and there's nothing to come back for it. You understand? You rather go walk and go bring money for come put on the table for you with and you picking them and same for your parents them, then they go play football constantly. So again, we get small problem we will not deal with. Sometimes we don't approach them more from a business point of view. We look at how we go able to get funding for fund some of them players, because I be amateur football. There was no proper sponsorship. I remember Sabano trying to get sponsors. We'll be able to get one pub we begin sponsor we. But again, imagine with one pub the sponsor we. But because we go bigger. But some people, they will get the ability for something go to government and say, we've got a bunch of youth them. We want to keep them out of crime. We want to keep them together. We want to build the community. I think we been get some people we need to try for doing, but I think collectively we not doing enough. And I think if we been doing, we foresee then we still see the kind of football they play back in the days they played today. And sometimes we able to keep some of who picking them out of trouble, because right now they picking and they run rampage, then that's it.
I totally agree with you, Femi, and at some point, because now I would say we don't get the halftime. We're on halftime now for the England-Croatia game, and the game don't end up for the 0-0. And so they just get a quick discussion before the second half starts. But I totally agree with you and Femi at some point. Molai, I know you deal with so many young kids at the moment. You get young Tigers or you young Tigers team really coach. What are some of the challenges they really face within bringing in young people into the game right now?
The challenge is we may find most facility, you understand, to develop the young kids them. And then also the kids them, for deal with them, you understand, the mental side of them. Now another big challenge where people don't even understand, because taking them to football, you understand, they help them physiologically. You understand, they take them out of all this crime, hanging out, you understand, in strange areas where they cause so many things them. So these are the things that the positive impact we really the key into the game for help develop the young kids them. Not to them all get for go be professional. You understand? Not too old, and they own. You get for know that. You get 50 picking and maybe not 2 good or 3 good able for make and say for go in a pro environment and see if you can get a future. But that time when you the game, they take them off the street. You understand? They take a mind off so many things where they cause problems in. No, but the struggles we can really get into no facility. They get the right support we need. And the parents then they do a lot, because the parents then they help, you understand, for facilitate things. You understand, in terms of renting pitch, for buy you equipment them and so many things. And you don't get that connection, they really go say, okay, I get a direct support from the government or the council. Say, okay, now this are they do, not this now they don't support. And mostly again, the struggles we really get with the councils and back again, like we thinking one for coming for support. Then they come in with a lot of conditions that we can be also very subjective. Yes, and I can make you see Bokuman them no prefer for even work with the council, because they want to control everything. You understand? And the way they want for control them, is that not even allow the picking for letting develop the right way. I don't know if you understand what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, I'll give you an example now. I train me boys them 3 days a week. We're in my own personal development. On Monday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. And then I keep them for 2 hours for training. You understand? And I train them football, proper football, getting them, learn them, then skills them and everything, make them understand the game, and improve on them fitness level, and also you help them back again, that psychological side of them thinking. You understand? You give them that positive reference thinking. Sometimes the council go come, go tell you, see, this is the way they want you to do. They will just come with all kind, you understand, all kind way they slow the process.
Okay.
With some kids, we're not able to move safe. We can't come on the pitch. You understand? You go on for you deal with them, and you want for progress. If you understand, because you support the kids then, but at the same time you want for progress. You want to take players then to another level. Because last year I get boys and now I get boys in at Chelsea, Spurs, Stevenage, Southend.
We say boys, player that we don't,
yes,
that you system.
Yes, we have a system.
Okay.
Norwich, of course, Watford, all this. If I'm not been the try for focus on progression, you understand, developing the players, you know they get that.
Right.
You understand? What you will get, no more get kids and we come every day after them and go to hours every day. So you yourself, as a coach, you know they challenge yourself, you know they develop. Because you want to do a proper coaching. You understand? You want to see how you can take all the players into another level. Now let's see Camille. From playing in Borges Park, now having a first team contract. This is progression. You understand? You get out about Samal, Ayala, Alassane Bango and Bobo. I get Samal at the age of 9, can join me in Lambeth Tigers. I'll be doing a private session. Now Samal didn't suppose. He'll go next year under 14, I suppose. He's one of them promising kids, I suppose now. I get another boy called Moses, na Salon picking also Moses Cisse. He didn't pick up Peckham. He don't do Chelsea for almost 5 years now. He'll go under 15 next year. Don't do it since we did under 10. A younger brother did it now. So you see, this is not progression. So for me now, like, to go play league, win cup, I've been there, done it. You understand?
Yeah.
What me they see as a success now when I take the kids into a pro level, now me they see as success. I train you go in academy, you do in academy, top club academy. For me, a success. Because I know that player they get a future.
Okay. I see if anyone come. You want to come in and add more or say something to that?
Yes. So, waiting T-body says so. It's right. It's progression. We need to see progression, and I believe our future is in the people who we care after we. So waiting T-body is for that. He say just no. He saying don't win everything. You don't do it for the physical side of the game. So now in vision, now for train the next set of people in for camp. The question I get for now all them players we don't call so, but who of them not get for play professional football or international football for England. Waiting at the chances them we can able for get them for go represent Sierra Leone and make we put Salon at the map, because people keep saying we don't put Salon at the map, we don't put Salon at the map, but it's hard to do when as a footballer or as a football fan, they see Salon they qualify for much. So I think Germany took it a few years back, then then they invest in time and resources them in a junior team. And then groom that junior team they for play together till then get to the senior level. And Boko of them played and they able fit in a big clubs them all around Europe. Could Sierra Leone do that? Could we look at saying we fan 100 player them Some of them are Salon. Let's not disrespect the home base them. But other one that we will go call almost professionals that we they played now junior leagues and also or we they play now under 15, under 14, and we friendly for scouts them people there. So we know see the rules of FIFA don't change slightly, so you can still able to not play one game. I think one game or two game you can play for England or other country. That you can still represent your country of origin if you not make an identity in them. So yes, so I think so we for make up picking the aim high because but if you not can't to that, I would love our kids then for go represent Sierra Leone, give them a chance for play na the biggest stage possible. We really and truly na the World Cup. If you tell any player say you get the opportunity for go play World Cup, it's different than yes at the play season in season out for Chelsea, for Man United, for Barcelona sometimes. You understand? When they play big, but they're not gonna ever pick you for go play for England because now 11 man or 26 man no more get for them at that squad there. So if you not make that squad, if you go able to make the squad for Sierra Leone, imagine we get to the World Cup, you go begin play alongside, or you go begin play against players like Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel Messi. You understand? I believe say every football fan, or every football player, or every football kid would love the opportunity to say if I'm able to play in a team with them guys, so for play against them will just be as good. And only Sierra Leone or your home nation might be able to give you that. So I just think, I just ask the question, what would they do for encourage more for picking them for represent Sierra Leone?
Over to you, Mola.
Yes, Femi, that's a good question. Even last Thursday, we get a slight conversation on based on your question where you ask. For me personally, which I believe in football. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what I believe in football, not only football in life. Now, what you need to do for your community or your country. You understand? Not only what's in your country to do for you. They in England, no means say I'm not part of Sierra Leone. Or I'm not working for Sierra Leone. Because what I'm doing now, technically, I work for Salon. Because I develop talent in Salon. I don't know if it makes sense.
Yeah. I think so. I think the point where Femi asked the question is slightly different from the answer we bring. The question we Femi therefore asks now, how you feel we can be able to get the Salon about them for play for their country if there is no possibility for them for play for England, even though not for say, not to the all able for make the pro level.
This is not that difficult, Femi, because I know a lot of kids them. They at the age now between 16 to 19, where they play in a pro clubs them, we can able to play for Salon set under 17, under 20, under 23, even the senior national team. The difficulties most of they get in the diaspora, today, the guys then we involved into football in Sierra Leone, no one for communicate with we. They don't want to communicate with we at all. And if you say we're not part of the game, we're not important. I don't know if we're not aware of that.
Well, me not go say I'm aware of that to that extent, but I think say as an individual myself, we don't try to reach out to the national team at Salon, and there's a lot of struggle. So I will not say partially it is not possible. But yeah, but I'll just go back to the game. The game don't start. The second half has just started about a few minutes ago. So we continue the discussion whilst we watch the game for the second half, and then we're going to know exactly what thing they happen at the game. So far, it's 0-0, and England don't try to do their best as they can. We get the first half run by the England team right up to the end of the last 10 minutes. We'll believe, say, Croatia get for take control of the game somehow, but the game's still not 0-0, and we don't cancel the second half. But the way how the game they go, I predict a 3-1 victory by England, but we hope and pray it remains the same like that. Pamela, what did you laugh?
Football me look.
I just want to welcome Ali Bita, but we're going to get in voice, but we're not going to get in picture today. So basically, they just kind of forget the game going at the same time, make your own contribution as much as he can. This is an afternoon game, and all they take with special and precious time then for come and make some kind of contribution to football. So welcome, Ali Bita. I know you don't watch the first half.
Yeah, I don't watch the first half. Very interesting game. England started very brightly. To be honest, the way they start, I feel say by now, therefore don't take at least advantage. But towards the end of the first half, Croatia tried to, get themselves back into a good side of the game. So basically, the way as it stands now, I think this game can go either way. So, but yes, it's a very good game. England still don't start the second half, still in the front foot, but at least Croatia don't contain them. So far, so good.
So what's your prediction for this game? If you say the game they end a draw, a 0-0 game, or there will be some amount of goals?
I think there will be goals. It's definitely, it is the way it don't go so far. And with England, one thing I know, they get very, very good young players. It's about how them put themselves together and try and take advantage of what they got, really. Croatia is a dangerous team. They got very good midfield, Modric, Kovacic also. You can see Modric is trying to really get them into the game. But yeah, I think it's going to be a scoring game. So one team definitely going to score by the end of the game.
All right. Thank you very much, Ali. I know we're getting at the background, but welcome, and definitely we'll come back to you, or you can bot in whenever you feel to say you need for. But I'll go back to Pamola. I think we don't talk a lot about the discrimination, not just I follow up with the chats at some point, and a few people make few comments, then we see they not be known for say discrimination in Sierra Leone, also in football. They may feel not just in other areas no more. So how bad we feel say this discrimination they affects the game as a whole? Because again, football I want to everybody love not alone. Anyone for see and play.
I will just continue with Femi in question.
Okay.
Yeah, some of we get the qualification in terms of identifying talent for Saloon. You understand? All what you need is just a reference letter from the Sierra Leone FA to the England FA. That's what you need. That's all. Then they give you access to every club we get Saloon players in. You understand? You need to just grab. You go see player and see Saloon player in another club, you go take her now. Now minus them. So when you deal with them, you have to go through the FA, you have to even get to do your DBS.
Yeah.
You understand? You have to go through a lot. It's different from getting a pro player, now big player who don't pass 19, 20. But when you try to identify young players, then you get to go through all them processes and so all you need is just a reference letter by the Sierra Leone FA, say this person now with talent ID scouts, now UK, now they identify with players in. That's it. I've been giving you an example about Liberia, who lost to Liberia for that World Cup elimination. The boy, Nabi, one of me talent ID scouts mates, because we all work together. It takes 6 players now, so for go play for Liberia. These are young boys. Some of these boys, as I said to you, now they pay and they even buy a ticket for them for go play that first match against Liberia. Now, they don't put Liberia on the map. They don't put Liberia on the map. Okay. When I talk about this discrimination, we were in the diaspora, we struggle with the authority in a salon. It's like they don't want for you hear about. They don't want you hear about we. They don't want to work with we. They don't want to communicate with we.
So how the game go get influence to the European base player the way we don't born and then country also for go for represent? Because if we not work in collaboration, it will be a struggle. How would they expect to make the Salon benefits from the Salon Bobo when they born and then part of the world? Yeah, so for we represent for Salon.
Again, for be difficult because you the only the FA will only get a positive response if they get people within the diaspora. When they're in various countries, them we understand when a talent ID scouts them, we know about them players here, so the FA work with them. Say, okay, you they represent we in a social part of Europe, you they represent we in a social part of Europe. Any talent we see, let we know. This is how Nigerians are doing. This is how Ghana, Ivory Coast, and the same way they all do. Then get scout them. In fact, most of them are ex-footballers then. We're into scouting now, and then give them, put them responsibilities in there. So that make if you see them now, they always identify new talents them for building squad.
Wow, that's another challenge.
So we I don't say we don't know. We know, but we don't want to communicate with the right people then.
Okay, like you said earlier on, what are the changes of FIFA now for make player qualify for play for in country, even if you don't represent another country before? What are the new rules? What does the new rule says?
Until after under 23, you can play any side. Where you don't go after under 23, then you can decide. Who say you want to play?
Croatia don't begin go on the attack, they don't begin go on the offensive. And England don't begin make a couple of saves. So the game don't begin get slight turn. But definitely now in favor of England again for be at the end still. We're not going for away, but I'm going for say England in this game 3-1 for sure.
The game is good. Yeah, Tibo, the question where you asked just there. I think the new it was after the 2020 FIFA Congress, you are still eligible to play for country of birth, basically, let's say country of your background, which means your grandpa, your parents, your whatever, you're not tied to a national team for single tie. Say if you get player now when I Sierra Leone, I don't play for England national team, just one game, it can still play for Sierra Leone. So the one way from what I give just now, I think that was based on the old system. But now, if you just play one game for England, or you play one game for Holland, or you play one game for Germany, and you want to switch it to play for any country in Africa, you still can.
Okay, so that means the potential right now, it don't go extremely high. For League who gets Salon player, they don't play for England before for represent. So are you saying if at all this Bobo, what's in the name again? When I've been the former England captain,
Chaluba.
Not to Chaluba. The other one waving the
Yokoka.
So you want to say if by any chance Yokoka go for play for Salon right now, if he is still in playing games?
Yes, if I'm able to play for Salon, as long as
yes. England has scored 1-0. Whoa! Papa, I tell you, get no change. The game don't change. Again. I mean, tell you say the England over there also, not so over there where you left Galo. They get the tendency, they get the potential, they get the strength, they get the ability for push going forward. They've just proven it. These are just the first 10 minutes of the second half. They slow down again.
You always give the pass. Now I play I want for my club. Yeah, I want to for Spurs. How much? Since last season, I cry for him. Phillips.
When I first sign him. If you get him, when I forgot sign him. But yes, we are 1-up. So Ali, my prediction at 3-1 say England will win the game 3-1 before the game done. And like you clearly don't say earlier on, the game get forget goals. Pamela said yes, the game get forget goals. But no, how much goals? But we don't predict 3-1.
I don't know how it go, but say England can score goal, but England can also leak goal. So let's wait and see what Croatia gets in them pockets for we. It's a very good goal, well taken by Raheem Stanley.
Yep.
And now let's see how the last half an hour goes.
My brother, I like how you wish bad for we will win this game 3-1. I don't know whether England is about to.
I know come for which bad or good.
But it look like for still now, none of the supports me right now. But I don't technically go half enough. You say don't can go half enough. No problem. I watch now.
Not about the reality.
For me to watch.
No, football where you watching for support team. Femi, come back me up small because they are the one boat speed or 2 me 1 green.
Obviously, I would like to England to do well this.
Yes, Femi.
Tamba Dugba, I think say a day inside of them I also today. See what's in the episode. Then they talk football. You they talk as a fan. We're football fans, but how the game in go, it look like things may not change. But as soon as I say football na biscuits, England no can score. I'm just want to ask Una the main pundits them. What do you think of Kane in game so far?
You Kane sports striker Harry Kane.
Yes, Harry Kane. How he don't play so far?
To be honest, been quiet. It's not anything. I not say don't do any, but I think the game they play more from the England side on the midfield end. And the thing is, Kane is not one of the fastest player, but it's a good goal scorer. And the way England they play, you can see the reason why Sterling maybe not play too much for Man City. I know he played the Champions League final, but he not play much this season. I think the reason why I make Southgate bring Sterling inside because Sterling now working come down to midfield, collect the ball, and turn to the attacking side and go and cause problem. Then they get too much in midfield. That's why, and maybe the system also is not Harry Kane kind of. Because if you find out Harry Kane, they drop, Harry Kane and Maui always right top of the pitch. But on this game, seems like he's dropping too deep. And if you want to get the best of Kane has to be in the box.
Yeah, I believe so. At the moment, Kane feel like passenger to me. I don't know if not just waiting me see you.
Well, sometimes this is football. Maybe first game, Kane don't play too much this season, and they don't have enough time to live. That's why if you watch the team, Southgate bring in so many names, and as we talk now, Kane, is that Kane? Yeah, it hits the post.
Yeah, it knocked the post.
I don't know if not.
Me can always say, Femi, Harry Kane not to play away. You just feel so normal on a passenger because at the end of the day, one man strike right now. They rely on them on that 1-to-1. So on the 1-to-1, yes, they rely on him so badly. They not for say he can perform well if you get the 1-to-1 chances. But yes, collectively, the game of England they play at the midfield and the wing backs and they go and come and get that support. So they are kindly playing like a diamond football, where the forces of they from the side and then it will go right into the Croatia half. Now make a feel say Croatia they find them very difficult because they haven't been able to open up the midfield at all because the midfield is being congested. And England believe in 9 and 2 wing back, then they win a Raheem Stanley way. They cut across. They play like a supporting striker. So they have 3 strikers per se, if I can say that. Because those 2 flanks where they come join the diamond for goal with Harry Kane, now they the danger day. But I want to say one thing quick about Raheem Stanley. Over the past couple of years, he don't get so many negative media setback, but that's not killing game. Una feel that because of the support of the manager we gets, we make able for maintain in performance, maintain in football career, and maintain insanity. Over to you, Mola, because I know say you not coach, you don't give you so many times.
Yeah, let Mola go. Mola nine the nine no better.
It get for do the individual. How he handle all them situation in there. Nothing the way they can begin train them from more than the academy level. You understand? If you're not a player, you need to be ready for all the challenges then they. By nature, Raheem Stanley got a very, very strong mindset. Because we don't see so many players that we fall in that situation and they knock them down. So the credit goes to Raheem Stanley. He got the right mindset.
Ali Bisawi.
What was your question again?
What's it make you to say Raheem Stanley don't stand the times where you don't get so much bad press over the years about his personal life and football? But he's still able to maintain and keep insanity and still play football. You believe that the support of a manager like we T-Boy is saying that because of the man in caliber himself make able for stand up to times like this?
Tough mentality, you know, for, you know, obviously, like you said, within this program, not only for Euros, but I talk about some of the black kids, you know, where somehow got black background. And Raheem Stanley got a very tough mentality. He don't play for England in all level. He's very, 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 he can cope. He can cope from under 16, 17, 18, 19, 21. Now he's one of the key players in the national team. Then they play under one of the best managers. Like I was saying, he not get the best of season because he not playing enough game under Guardiola. But if you look at towards the end, when they want win cup, Guardiola starts bringing him in, like to say, okay, I know you can do what I wanted. But sometimes some of these players, they fall short a little bit. They got the talent, you know, but to make them short, Raheem Stanley got very tough mentality because when you look at everything so far, for able to get to that position,
okay,
you have to have a very strong mentality. So for Raheem Stanley, it's becoming a normal thing now. He can stand any weather. You know.
Okay, I totally agree with you on that. Go on, Femi.
I agree with Alianda and T-Boy. We then see in mentality not the reason why he becomes so successful. I mean, if you look at another player, you know, they play for England at the moment. Sorry, not they play for England. Romelu Lukaku. I mean, Lukaku went to Chelsea as a young player. Didn't quite make it over there. People are not being get the respect for him. I think even the press. You know, he moved around. He always scored goals. He moved around. Say now he don't go abroad and look at the way they perform. The other day, way they play for Holland, he literally bully the other defensive team. So at one point I've been a doubt in mentality, but over the years I don't say he come with a strong mentality. I don't cope with all the adversities that we don't get. So I believe for being a strong footballer, your mental status has to be right. I want to talk about another England player. We know they play for England. We know Lingard. I don't believe in mentality as strong as it could be because he got dropped in the Man United team for one reason or the other. We know say get the talent, but they end up drop him. Where he go West Ham, he pick himself up and he begin produce. But I believe mental status. Sometimes some player they need you to put your arm around them. But in football, a lot of the times you need for gear yourself up or forget the right people around you for ensure you turn up every day, not training for na cup finally to go play.
Okay, over to you, Mola. See you for what you
that's well said, Femi. I like you now. Wow, another.
Oh, Mount almost scored for England.
Good. Because are they into the system now? Academy player, especially you, to go on trials. If they find out you're too emotional, then they release you.
Why is that?
Because they need players with the right mindset.
Femi, I need to see the game again. Go on.
They need players with the right mindset.
Okay.
And that in the training now from academy, you understand, it's part of the curriculum now.
So what's in the right mindset, if I can ask you?
The right mindset. Okay. At the age from 10 now, you see picking the now, then mindset don't change. Say this, you know, say this, you get for play football. Everything in now, that aggression, the way they will control every situation, etc. Let's say, like, we've been in Africa, we grew up in Africa. Yeah? We grew up making solution to everything what we do in football. Street football. I go play Guinea goal in the street, and they play with big one them. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
I they make mistake, I not get coach. But at the dependent, they make mistake, they learn on me mistake, I become better. Then they tackle you, you go cry, but you play back.
So is that the right mindset you're saying?
These are all the mindsets. Now, like, if Ali Bitar gets a ball, Ali Bitar miss a goal, and then he start, you understand, you get a style, or put your hand, you heap, or you begin to feel sorry for yourself and all.
You begin sulk.
Yes, now, if they see you that habit now, you're going to release. You miss the goal, you miss the goal. Just go back. You understand? It's a repetition. Go back again and get the ball and try again. They prefer for you to try and fail than you try, you fail, and then you start becoming emotional. So if you watch the players in the pitch, they watch them how the movement. You see player they miss a bad goal inside the 6-yard box. Now we where they watch, now we they get that emotion now we they share the emotion. Yeah. They don't turn him back, they go get the other ball back again. So it's like keep trying.
Somebody put a question at the chat. He said, when do you think an African country football club will start buying European or South American football players to play for them? Can you imagine Eastern Lions Club buying an English player?
No, Salon it up. If you say na Salon, because if you go to the Arabs, then players in the common South America for go play na Middle East.
There are too many players playing for the
there's a lot.
Morocco, Egypt, foreign players.
Foreign players.
So I'm not
from
sure.
Europe, Europe, South America, they go in there. Why make them go to Salon? We all know. Because we league not organized, then we not get the money for look after the players then. Because if you go buy a foreign player, you understand, you get for put in a hotel or you get a well-furnished house, get everything. They live a comfortable life before you go play for you. But how much, we're not able to pay with young players in the Salon. So how you go take player from South America or Europe for go play?
So as the game they play right now, we don't see this now COVID time. When I feel say the audience actually good enough for the game, because we know for the football they go without fans.
Tibo, everything is small. We know which we all go through with COVID. So it's kind of then take things small for now. But I don't know, but there's a good number of fans around. Obviously, you know, say Wembley is a very, very big stadium. So even if you get up to 10,000 fans, it's gonna look like nothing.
The numbers are 22,000 fans at Wembley today.
Yes, so you see that's still not nothing. Wembley is 90,000 seater, so 22,000 is basically nothing really.
Okay, so far we don't get we don't get almost the second half of the second half done. Go ahead, and England still is leading by 1-0 by Raheem Stanley, and we don't see the level of performance of Raheem Stanley so far in the game and the entire team as a whole. I think England don't make a change, which means they're ready for score goal. You are leading a goal to if you lead 1 goal ahead, more like as a coach.
Yeah.
You play against team where physically and mentally and skillfully good, you didn't make a change and become another striker?
Based on the realism of the game, not sure you didn't make a change. You need just change because you the lead. See how the lead, I go bring, I go pull. You understand? Pull somebody will give you that balance, and this just being somebody who can defend. Not forget, say football, everybody defend, everybody attack. It's a game of transition.
Yep.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
When you lost the ball, that transition for go defend football, that's one. When you win the ball, that transition for go attack, that's the other thing. So everybody in a defender. Why make sometimes they can bring a specific player for certain position, like a defensive player, maybe find out say you want for strength in certain areas then. But if you look at the time now, it's 75 minutes.
Yeah.
And the game now open game. Now open
so
game.
You want to see the game still open? Because at the end of the day, at the moment, the way how the game is right now, it's kind of level. Even though England, they won up. But it's kind of level to some extent. Both sides are playing attacking games.
Now the reason why I said the game open. You understand? England, the CMC, then get more opportunity for go score another goal. Croatia, CC, then get opportunity for go equalize. And this is the best time for you to watch this kind of matches. Because you see so much space now on the pitch.
Oh, another Stanley miss. Come on, Stanley, compose a bit more. Well, this is the very first few games, first few minutes that England don't go out of target shots. So
I'm not gonna let Polly be the commentator when Salon they play. Because you go scared me too much. You go scared me too much.
No, as long as not team me to support someone. Otherwise, you go see me quiet.
I don't want to you go to give me a heart attack.
I got now the frame not kick the television screen with the front to me.
Well, now be careful. Yeah, I see you switch and
so
don't make them turn way off again. No.
Guys, I'm not cutting off. You see Raheem Sterling in reaction after the miss.
I said that.
You understand? After the miss.
And then get on the game.
That's it. That's what they're looking. It's a pro mentality. Before then a Salon player now, I see don't miss that ball then now. You understand? I say you the worker now. You understand? They're not encourage that now on a pro level. You go in, they listen you.
Right now, since you have a player on the floor with an England player, what do you think about the incident that happened yesterday with Eriksen?
Very troublesome. To be honest, it was scary. Obviously, this is football. This is human life. Anything can happen anytime. So until we get a full medical thing, we're not going to be able to know exactly whether it's a cardiac attack, arrest, or whether it's just concussion. But it's for them to suspend the game for a while and come back to the game. It was very, it's very difficult to watch. Everybody was like, you have that feeling something can happen anytime. So for now, I was even reading an article today where they suggest, say, if now cardiac arrest, they might not play football again. Italy, there is a law in Italy where get, so I don't know if it's just Italy or European teams, if you get cardiac arrest, then they stop you from playing football because then just feel say go happen again.
Yeah, but that's it, Ali. You're right.
So I'm just worried for him now, and it's just doctor just three minutes ago I'm reading a Danish writer on Twitter where he said doctor confirm it's a cardiac arrest, which will mean it's going to be, I'm not sure what's going to happen now, but also in Italy, they have a rule where if you have this problem, you cannot play ball in Italy. And presently, he's playing with Inter Milan. So it's a difficult one. And that brings me to their game. I think they lost to Finland after they come back to the game.
Right.
And
so you
Finland will...
We will not get a few issues like this in the past. And if you say the reaction of the of the medics them or the reaction of in teammates them make them so scary? Will they have behaved slightly different from the way how they behave on the pitch? Should that form of desperation to this and something terrible don't happen so something this man will lost in life?
Well, like I say, we're all human beings. Sometimes you think my reaction is better or that man's reaction is better, but when something like that happens, now one green thing they come to mind, one green thing, you start thinking death. So that's why you get people, if you look at the stands, if you look at fans' reaction from both teams, it was more like, people start thinking that way, up until there's a news says awake and take him to hospital. It was very, very scary. So it's a natural reaction. I don't think it's people overreact. I think what they try to do also, you never know what was happening on the scene. So probably they also try to cover for the media, for the, not to spread too much. But it's a natural.
As a media person, good way you mentioned that. If you say the TV crew covering the game should have done something different in terms of focus on the camera on the particular incident itself?
Again, I'm emotional, but I have a job to do. If I was there, I want to get the best picture because the best picture give you the best prize. So depending on why you are there, some people are in these international matches to take photos and sell them to the biggest media houses. Some people are there to cover for CNN. Some people are there to cover for the BBC. Some people are there to view the American media. So if you are there, you are a media person yourself. In as much they try to cover it, but you can see, I got a video here now, the picture I'm looking at. The camera guys even go in between the players and legs to pick what is happening. So it's just the way it is. You sympathize, but you still have to do a job.
So you're saying media friendliness is not part of the game?
It's part of the game.
That's a bit further. Go on, Femi. Femi, want for comments on that? All right.
As a media person, I think and as a football fan, I believe the videographer, the video man, do in job correctly. That's what he's there for. In job for capture the incidents. Because guess what? The image also must be important in the future. Waiting, I think them for don't do now the director now get small issue because if I don't cut the live feed to different camera whilst tiny mini happen. But I think for the cameraman now responsibility for ensure he gather as much information as possible, and then later on they can decide what they do with the information also. But for when it was live, I think the director more they at fault, and now for them and direct and cut to a different feed.
Okay.
Yeah,
but that directorship of what's exactly Femi did.
That's the director of Sarah Gem Media. Just just.
No, I hear what Femi is saying. From the professional angle of the director, it means the director of photography who is in charge of any video they go out to the public. So basically what Femi is trying to say here, now the fact he is behind the desk now, he is the director of what is happening on this particular program in terms of pictures and sound. So whatever he deems to be relevant to the public for broadcast is exactly what he's going to broadcast. Say, for example, if I sit down right now, I play with me nose, play with me eye, put me finger inside me mouth, the chuk me teeth, it a black me camera. Because as much as he want people and see what's in the happen, it go black me camera because he not feel that particular scene day for go out to the public. Femi, tell you say you prediction don't come right, they don't make Hurricane a change, they don't bring one of the youngest players we been at the England team right now.
Yeah, Kane.
So right now, England puts two more strikers on the game, which is a bit challenging. But that's not what Femi will decide for highlights on the media points of things. Anyway, as in the director of photograph for the actually cuts to another camera because he get multiple cameras right now, possibly up to 100 screens. So he has to make a choice of what goes out to the public. So basically, in choice for doing what he did yesterday, not bad, but professionally, he could have cut to another angle or possibly use a wider angle where you need to see close depth of the incident itself. Yes, everybody is camera thirsty. Everybody wants the best picture. It's now the might of the photographer. We feel to say he need to get closer and get a close-up shot of what is happening instead of the main broadcaster then who actually show that picture there. Because it is terrible to show someone collapsing on the pitch and then you broadcast the live picture. Just like we are all humans, we also be in the position for be humanly supporting things that we feel will be not of good sense to us if we go back and watch it later on. So we don't have to project anything we will create any kind of shock to people and really watch or really create any kind of inconvenience to viewers then. Now, like we really broadcast anything we get graphic images, we advise you viewers then. We broadcast anything we get flash images, we advise you viewers then. Because some people are not comfortable with flash, they can get panic attack when they see flashlights of cameras or pictures or something we get for a lot of lighting. So these are some of the professional ethics of media practice where some people need for get alongside. There is a lot of concerns this morning now, all the media houses then where they say, oh, the broadcasters shouldn't have published that, then for don't make sure say they keep the picture very private and use another camera. So they are blaming the broadcasters then for that particular game they yesterday say they did not do well. But again, like we always say, is opinion is our opinion to think like that. Is everybody's opinion to think otherwise, but that's not the essence of what we feel say that could have been done a bit discreet, wherein we show other images, we cut to other cameras, we're not going to show the exact scene because we don't want the public to be part of that scene. Over to you, Femi.
Yeah, I want to ask, hello, can you hear me? Yes. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
I want to ask, we mandate at the studio. We don't, this one not to be in the first episode. We don't get two African man them. We prominent who we know this thing that happened to. I think say Mark Vivian Fo, he actually died on the pitch, if I remember correctly. And was it Patrice Mwamba? Patrice Mwamba. But he was saved by doctor. We go watch the game. Now doctor we go watch the game. Where the man for the night run cam. Where they announced they need a doctor. Now run cam can get heart massage and saving life. And I believe so then say he was out for like 75 minutes. Some ridiculous time like a dandy. So for make that man they survive, we praise God. But the question I get, I sure say the incident are not to the only incidents them, especially in the lower leagues them. I sure say we they get and in we own country African football. I sure say we say they get incidents that were like that, so we know they make the main news. What are we doing as countries, as leaders, for see how best if the incidents are so happen, we will save the people then. We see yesterday they brought a defibrillator on the pitch. We help save the man in life. Some of the hospital in a salon not even get defibrillator inside hospital. England get inside football pitch where they don't necessarily think they need them, but because when they need them, it was there. And he add value to to what him happening, in this case save a man's life. We get hospital in us Africa, we never even get some of them here. So the one that waiting we own a fade and they do for ensure the safety of them player them with the play the leagues then we know they make them big news there.
Okay, Malai, go on.
Yeah, Femi, very interesting question and then topic that you come up with. In fact, almost every year they get two African players then who they die from cardiac, especially Nigerians. I don't know if you noticed that.
No, none of your knowledge, no.
Nigerians. If you check now how many Nigerian players who don't die from cardiac, you see, even in African leagues. and they get a problem there. There's something I will say about that cardiac day for sports people, because most time people say, oh, where you fit, they get standing. The cardiac is very, very unpredictable. You can't predict cardiac. You can be fit, and then you get the attack. Can people say you're not fit, you get the attack. There's a law in UK, yeah, especially for us coaches. Every 6 months, every 6 months, you have to update.
Update what?
EDK, the EDK, to do that test, CPR. You can't get your license without that in your locker, first aid. So every 6 months, the FA, they send waiting, the norm, the research, they don't do waiting, you need for learn, for know about that. And also players, then we don't pass after 18 years, where they play pro level, then they make you let you go learn about that. If you see yesterday what happened, the players then force rescue them.
Okay, so the game now don't involve another medical side of your professionalism, where you for able for determine whether a player don't get a shock or an attack on pitch.
Yes,
you will be the first person before you get a professional to reach out to them. Okay, that's interesting.
Now, in teammate them because they get an idea of it. Now make them go into rescue first. So things like this, we need to. Every coach in a salon need for do them. You first steady for do them.
But we not say Kanu been gets whole 9 acts, but he still continue for play football right up to the end of his career.
So Kanu only is different. You understand? He own the dictator Ali then try for find a solution for let you go for play. Then why they own? You understand? Before you play the Euro, you know so you get to go through that test there.
Okay.
Before the Euros, everyone go through that test. But you're not able to stop you. You're not stop the attack.
Right.
Yeah, it's a UEFA policy, even FIFA policy. If you go research right now, you will see on there. Every player will go on the tournament, they go through that test. But in order to stop you, say you need to get the attack. In fact, you yourself now, we did so. If you go through the course, you're able to do it for yourself now.
Okay. I want you to make me an example, though. You say with this.
No, from 40 years now, test 3 for the do regularly. If you know. Before they do
okay. All right, go on, Femi. I see you will respond.
Yeah, so I want just but yes, waiting T-Boy say just now on first aid. I think say it's very important, and yes, the player them, I think say that them first respond, then puts him in a recovery position as the incident happens. So it's great. I believe say actually now now be one pan in player then I put him on one pan the opponent.
The captain.
Oh, no, the captain I put a recovery position. So yeah, so you know it's good. Me we sit down, so I'm a first stage. I'm trained in first aid. I'm first aid qualified. And you know go believe for all the years them were first aid qualified. Up to a few years ago, now the first time where me opportunity come for actually use them. So I've been on get the first aid training for years. I every few years I renew my course, this and that. And they one day we get an event now work. Now this guy just come for them. You know, it's him up to himself, he just for them, fronts me. So obviously, me na the closest first aider. So the first thing I do, I roll them over, I put them in the recovery position, I check in vitals, if he still respond, then my next duty now for call for help. And I call for help. Security then come up, then call for ambulance come. And the good thing is, now drink no more the mommy not doing too much. So I think say the drink and the sand going aid, so it just lost consciousness. But the reality is just lost consciousness, just blackouts for a short time. The important thing there is we were ready to respond, and me don't do my own role. And the next goal now for do CPR if Dandy been cancelled that, but thank God it not been cancelled that. But the new goal we do then you highlight to make the next person count. So I think since that happened at the football pitch yesterday, the football player then do what they're supposed to do and call for help. The help come, the one we can treat at the pitch, then self do their own, then the next step, then carry the Mango Hospital. So everybody gets in role for play. We end up to thank God to the man still there alive.
Well, some Timbuktu mentioned say Ubaraji, I know say we remember some Ubaraji when the first
Nigerian.
Yeah, we get that attack day in Nigeria back in the I think about 15 years ago or more. It was a long time ago. And then again, we own myth of that Nagola Queen, we then say catch the ball behind back, we collapse and field. But then we don't know whether that's true. But then we own story where we still able for pool right or wrong years. But like I said, back to say, yes, every individual for Sabi how for do CPR or forget some amount of first aid training, so that to be able to forget anybody will fall into that kind of category there at any point in time. But we are another denying touch wood, no push and far. But some mouth to mouth they really feel for do. Like when Femi said that guy don't go to give Boku. Then you go to mouth with her. He equally the gas yourself with the man in wrong way don't go to give. But that's a very serious issue. I'm just cracking a joke, but I think we therefore be very mindful. But there should be another way of doing mouth to mouth where you need to physically face the mouth to mouth. Is there any form of tool where you go for use where you go for do CPR properly? More like as a coach, when I get any kind of device when I go use for do any mouth to mouth.
They say mouth to mouth, and you're asking for device. And
yeah, you can still do mouth to mouth. You get something where you protect yourself from, but you can still able to do the mouth to mouth. I think so.
Imagine before
you can get your hand. See, you can get your hand. You understand? You put your hand between, and then you the pump.
But I sometimes it might not be as effective.
But the only advice I will give T, in general, because I know every this part when you get into football, you get for one. So my advice, like for Salon.
England on. We don't complete with first task. First task don't complete. So basically, of course, follow who go first to the England game and then we'll come back to the mouth to do right now. Well, England don't win the first match. We don't win by 1-0 by Raheem Stanley, and a very good performance within the England team as a whole. And what team Southgate Sky for do, I think he took a lot of chances by making sure that you're making 3 changes when you're leading 1-0. That is not a comfortable win for making 3 massive changes and you bring 3 more attacker. To me, attacking team is a defending team as well, because it means you to show the tendency to the opposition, say you want to score more goals. So basically, they are not coming like a joke for coming in Sidon again anymore. They're still able to put more defense for men and go defend because you bring in more attackers while you're leading. But what do you think about the performance so far overall? Ali, if I can go to you first and give me a summary of the England performance based on the fact that they haven't played any wishy-washy team where you go say this might just walk over.
It's a first game in a tournament, so your priority is to win, regardless of the style. I know everybody's exciting about, England gets excited players, young players, very good group of players. But I think Southgate will be happy because the first priority in an opening tournament is to win. Now they've won this first game, they can go back and look, can we come to do style, or can we go back to win the second game and try and get ourselves to the knockout stage? Then we start seeing, but they were comfortable, not much pressure from Croatia, and I was expecting much from Croatia really, but England was no pressure from the opposition. The deep back line, don't, receive the kind of high pressure that will make them make mistake. There was nothing like that. And England was, for me, they were somehow very, very comfortable. in this match. So I think they've done well against Croatia, really, because it's a very, very big game. I was expecting a much more challenge from Croatia, really, but that was not the case. Although England, they won 1-0, but it's enough for opening game of a tournament.
Okay. Over to you, Molai.
Yeah, I think from where Southgate joined the England team, I strongly believe after that semi-finals win and loss to Croatia in the World Cup, at the third time this way they meet. So check how many times Southgate don't beat Croatia.
Because what he tried to do, Croatia, he tried to let them play as much as they can. Croatia, you can't believe they end up same shots on goal, same targets. Croatia 51-49 possession, but England get the result they wanted, and now they're leading Group D.
So
that's what matters in a tournament, to be fair.
Femi, when I don't do a research now, how many matches we Southgate don't play against Croatia since we joined the England team?
I haven't done that, but definitely I will do that and come up with some summary for you. So, what you want for say? You want to say Southgate gets a very good record against Croatia?
Well, since after that loss against Croatia at the World Cup, they find a ways how to play around Croatia and get the result he wants. I believe he don't beat Croatia more.
Let me see if I can help. Because just quickly, yes, what T-Boy is saying, they've won today, the 13th of June. They also beat Croatia and the UEFA National League 2018 November, and I think that was the third game was October 2018. They drew 0-0 and they beat Croatia November 2018, and the last four meeting England have won twice. Croatia beat them 2-1 in 2018 in the FIFA World Cup.
So you see that?
Yeah. So the last four meeting they've draw one, and Croatia win one, England win two.
More like what's your point?
No, I tell you now. This way they do the scouting and analysis. That's how you work on them. I tell you straight up the figures. So it don't tell you say you get edge over Croatia. You don't find the formula how for beat Croatia. Because since after that loss, he learned from a mistake and he always get the result he wants.
All right, Femi.
Yes, so Abuya, I will agree again. Today, I also agreement na depend. I will agree with T-Boy. Guys, Southgate don't find the formula, and I go. If we look at this match, all three in changes them na pace na bring come. Yeah, Croatia then strength at the midfield. I believe say we take out certain players and bring players and with more pace, it give Croatia all that thing for think about, because England don't score the goal. So now Croatia get forgotten after the game. Yeah, so the more they push, then they attack and play them na the midfield forward, then the left exposed na the back. So then I think in strategy now, if I put pace there, I go make them think twice before commit all them people are so forward. So as you been saying, the other T-Boy been said at the beginning, something attack is the best form of defense. So for me to defend the 1-0, now for me to stop them for the bomb at we with all the man them. So if we get them something for think, but see, then get players them with, I think, they get one name Bellingham.
Yeah.
Bellingham, the youngest player.
Rashford, and the third player with them bring inside. Calvert-Lewin. So all three players them we get pace, we able to deal with balls them with the car over the head and over the defender the head. So then and obviously Stanley was still there. So literally, if you self been in manage Croatia, you go afraid for just tell all you play and say una go all attack and una go sit down at them box because one break can kill una. So I think say that Southgate don't get the formula on how for beat Croatia going forward.
Then another observation, sorry, Wago will share it tonight again. You know, see, Croatia look the struggle because if you look them past results, them they not get the results we didn't want. So there's something. You understand? There's something.
That's because if you look at the Croatia squad, to be fair, compared to the England squad, you know, you still get past players, but England squad look lot younger and physically playing top leagues. But when you look at the Croatian squad, it's a squad where if you probably most of them don't they for longer, I think they need to start looking up for new type of players now. Because Modric, we all know Modric is a very decent player, but the time is coming now, you know, to start thinking about his replacement, which is going to be very difficult for them.
Ali, now you get that discussion because I know we did so a few days ago, over they talk about the national team, the Sierra Leone national team, and the likes of younger players and older players. So basically, you got to decide on what you feel to say best for that particular team there. But if I were you, highlight them because you bring me back to the discussion with the guests based on the fact, say, are we still looking up to our older players and then we'll get a younger one, they will just stick with the put in a bench. We're not giving them the opportunity to do so. And you feel saying that now one of the things that we Croatia struggle with today, which I totally agree.
Yeah, because we spoke about this the last time, and I tell you, I stick to my point. You see, Modric is 35 years and he's still playing for one of the finest club in the world, but it's 35. You know, you get the experience, you get the quality. I don't think say still get the legs. So where compared to Mount, you know, Declan Rice now, West Ham. If you look at all these guys are young and they play top league, then so they will always try to get the best out of player like Modric. Now, Modric, obviously, what he will do, Modric can make one pass that can win the game for his team, can make one or two passes, you know. But if you know Modric, you don't give him time on the ball, you don't give him space on the ball with the ball, then you know you get him where you want him, you know. And when you look at this England game, you look at it, you can clearly see the England team is very, you know, the action team, they move and very agile compared to the Croatian side. So coming back to what you're trying to say, I stick to the point is it's a transitional period where Modric will go eventually. And I think now the manager, whoever is the manager, or if they have a scouting plan like when Pamola was mentioning, they start looking at the next player for replacement straight away. Because probably after the next World Cup, that's the end of Modric, unless they want to keep him for as long as possible. Because he's 35 now.
Ali.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt. You don't tell goodbye after this tournament. Last tournament this.
Well, you see, so this is so. You see, when you come back to this, that's why I was trying to tell you. If we go out and win the game on Monday, and what's happened is you still get.
This game on Monday, I say not funny, but we watch out. Go on.
But this is what we are for. If we go out and win the game on Monday, it means you get 4 or 5 players, experienced player, similar age of Modric, we will still hang around. But otherwise, probably Monday can easily be some of their last game. But if we win them, obviously we're looking at the Nations Cup. Then you look at the grouping of the Nations Cup. Probably they got 2-3 more games, or maybe more if we can go past the group stage.
Okay, I see Femi one coming. When Femi come in, we will talk a bit about what's going to happen on the next game, and then we can wrap up. So over to you, Femi.
Okay, I will ask, say, footballer, they will all get fixed. You know, it like you old 45, 50, you believe in yourself, say, me are able to play. So, would that not responsibility for ensure, say, you know, if we go through this thing on Monday, and we qualify, would that not responsibility for pick the team? Because you can't tell me, saying that the player is a responsibility, because the player always back in safe for, say, I am good enough, I am fit enough. But really and truly, you forget a decision maker where they decide, say, yes. But guess what? Pele end up retire. Maradona retire. I can go on and on. Yes, Messi then still did. Kaka semi-retired. You know, you get all them players, Ronaldinho retired. Ronaldo retired. No matter how good you are, eventually time catches on. So, who don't have responsibility for go tell them player and say, me man, so you are nothing say you get for doing another playing for going at this tournament. It can't be the goal of the football player himself. So now that person in line gets the responsibility for ensure say we move people on when it's time. It's a hard decision sometimes, especially when you get player we don't serve you for a while. But for the greater good, you get for, you know, somebody get for do that job there. That job there, specifically, each team gets that person the way they do that job there, and not to the players. So, other na the person we they at fault, we know they move them people and so on, we they allow them for coming, time and time again for come play for Leon Stars. We they see now physically they don't pass and sell by date.
I mean, this is a very important stage of discussion. So I like to take my time, think it very carefully before. I think when it comes to football management, there is teamwork. It's just like, let me put it in a way where we all can understand. If me, you, T-Boy, go cover a game, you are the cameraman, T-Boy is the, you there behind the screen, T-Boy is the cameraman, then I'm doing the editorial job, right? So we all got different roles. So I'll tell T-Boy, this is how I want this picture for go. This is how I want you for take this kind of picture. And this is how you're going to tell Femi for put and so. Then these are the wordings I want to go around the photo before we can put them out to the public. So it's a similar situation. And there's every national team, every team got a technical team. So you got fitness coach, you get goalkeeper coach, you get first team coach, you got second team coach, you got massage guy, you get all these areas. But when it comes to changing, it's not always easy if you don't get enough. It's not always easy if you don't get enough, especially where you league football not active for a very long time. It means you produce less talent. So these guys, they've done their bit the last 10 years or more. And if you see, like I said the last time, the numbers is going down. We only got 5 left. And then 5, then they were left. I don't think, say, after this tournament that I'm looking at, if we qualify, will be part of the team anymore. So it's a fair share of, like I said now, Modric is in Croatia team, but he already maturedly, he knows I'm 35 now. Let me play this last tournament. Maybe we might go to the quarterfinal or semi-final or even try to win it. But if not, it's time for me to hang my boot. So I'm expecting the same when it comes to the national team of Leon Stars. Sometimes they don't have to tell you for go. You can assess yourself. But if not, the technical department can determine, you know what, I get 22 years of age. I get up to 22 years of age we can play that position. I get between 22 to 25 years of age we can play that position. Why I want to play a 33, 34 years of age. So it's about decision making, really. So to answer your question, the person in charge, it's the manager, really, for whether it's you're the head coach or you're the manager. Like now, Southgate today decide to keep Chilwell, for example. Chilwell is a young left back for Chelsea. He don't win Champions League, but you can see not in an England team. So the manager is in the position to say, guys, you've done well, but I think it's time to go now. You know, we thank you for everything. That's where it's all about respect, but not bring them, because when you bring them, it feels like they're more experienced. They've been around for a while, and you're forced to like play them. So the best way to do is to try and reduce the number as the time goes by. So we're down to 5, and I think this is going to be the final tournament between now and January 2022.
Okay, Ali, I'm not saying you don't try very hard for politically correct put your statement across, but I can understand. But what I try for say one thing before I come to Mola and Femi. Kai Kamara Abidor resigned like a year or 2 ago because he say he need to get the kind of support we want for play for the team or something happened.
For some reason,
Yeah,
and
so
it's too very the mic is slow. I can't really hear what you're saying.
Okay, I say Kai Kamara Abidor retire like a year or 2 ago. For some reason, nobody knows except he say he for play for the national team anymore. Because maybe he get some kind of personal criticism from the team or from the management or from the nation. So he decided to quit. So now what team family say is, yes, we not say a player don't reach in time where if for hand in boots, but the player still believes say he can play. The decision now for being made by somebody. It has to be made by either the coach, the technical person, they only make recommendation, but the coach get for decide or the manager get for decide to yeah, that's it. Now it's time for me to call your shot and say, hang your boots, thank you very much for all your contribution towards the team, but I need you for come and support me on this side. But I'll always need your support. I will always need your moral support. You now like a moral booster now for the team, but I don't think I'll be able to play you anymore because I have 5 or 6 players who are capable to deliver in that position. So what's in that the question is, who should make that decision? Is it the manager or who? Like I think you answer that question there.
Thibaut, for some, like I said, I don't know if something has been pressed. Your volume is really, really down.
The volume is down? Guys, can you hear me clearly?
Another it was very loud just now, but it's gone down. But you can hear me clearly.
Yeah, sometimes they receive call or messages and from your phone where they drop your level of audio.
Yeah. Let check.
Yeah,
maybe.
Because me said the read work clearly.
Why should they check? Let's go to Mola, let Mola respond to this quickly. That can come to Femi, and then we can come back to you, Ali. Over to you, Mola.
For salon level, that decision na be a coach and they make decision. For Sierra Leone level, you understand that the coach and they make decision on that. What do you want to share with you? Where they affect we and Sierra Leone? We players recruitment in salon not expand. This is not the reason why we see the same faces them, and we're comfortable with the same players them, because players recruitment not expand, talent ID not day in place. You understand? If they may not work on this long ago, as I said to you, then get for involved the football-minded people and within the diaspora, then get for involved them into the game. You understand?
Well, you got to forget about people in the diaspora because there is less they think of the diaspora when it comes to certain participation or certain role of the involvement of the diaspora to Sierra Leone's development until we go there physically. Otherwise, they don't see us like anything that can make any difference in Sierra Leone.
Okay.
So I don't know how which other angle you feel say we get for take and from. But the diaspora's reach, I think, is very limited. We then the discrimination on that side anyway. So look for another option. So I don't know whether you go for look at another option.
I don't like the word. Hold on, sorry, Tibo. I don't like the word discrimination. Think what's happening with Sierra Leone in terms of football, in terms of sports. We got passion. But because the structure is not there, so it feels like we are not part of it. But I'm telling you, when you look at places like Morocco, Egypt, Tunisia, I get colleagues them where they run certain media where they're very connected with the FA. And the reason being because these people got the structure and they make it easy for themselves. So what they're doing is, I'm in Egypt. I submit me information to this guy within France, but an Egyptian. They run one nice big Egyptian media in France, so he can spread the news in France. And I can send it to my other Egyptian brother in Sweden, in Spain, in Portugal, in Germany. That's how they spread their wings because they got the structure. So until we get the structure, this work we're crying for here, because if at home, things is not working well at home. Nothing spread beyond home. Things started working well first.
Okay.
That's the problem.
Okay, Ali, I hear your points, but the points where we also make from the diaspora, there is no structure in Sierra Leone where they accommodate the diaspora. So now, therefore, the structure don't fail. So you talk about the structure, but if there's an element of the structure where they accommodate the diaspora, then it's different. Because what you say so, you don't make mention of Egypt. Yes, Egypt gets plenty of people and where they out of Egypt, where they run their media houses them. But I will clearly say to you also, not to all aspects of media outside Egypt, the governments they accommodate. Then they only accommodate the one where they feel say suitable for them. But when it comes to other areas of participation in terms of sport or athletics or something different, then yes, they have an open book policy to the diaspora's involvement. But what would they say now as Salone? They not get an open book policy to anything where regards to the diaspora, other than una can invest. We cannot invest if we haven't been given the fair share of participation. So basically, if you watch all the one where they come up from the diaspora for go sit on a salon, if they don't have nothing to invest, or they're not getting nothing for do politically to any kind of contribution, they are not interested in whatever they're doing. That is what my argument is based on. And also making reference to what Mola they say. If they encourage people that will get ability, will get potential in the sport, where some of who don't try for do years and years and years, more than 10 years ago, and we still able for, even including you, we still able for make that transition, for make them open hands to the diaspora, we would ready for push all we own structures, we own finance, we own efforts, and we own everything, then they are not ready to accommodate us. So there is an element of discrimination with the diaspora. If you left now the diaspora right now, you go salon, then they call you JC. That's alone a discrimination because they don't see you like one of them. So anything you put on par, whether good or bad, then they still see you like a somebody will come off from the diaspora. You are not part of them. Your contribution is short-lived. That's when they're able to milk something away from you, and that's just about it. So if you say the structure not there for make the able for do that, now the structure now they put the blame and now say the structure for also there for accommodate people and we get influence and we get interest in developing anything regarding sport in Sierra Leone. Over to you, Femi. I can come back to you, Ali. Just give Femi a chance, make you say something quick.
Okay, so on structure, I'm not gonna say I'm no professional. I'm a fan of the game, but I think when they talk about structure, I get a small understanding on how to build structures because of my professional work. I believe in some ways Waiting T-boy the try for see, it's a little bit true. Low take I'm even bigger than football. The diaspora has not really been engaged enough. Yes, the Abu and the diaspora then for support for provide financial support. Yes, we know that, but in building structures in Sierra Leone, I believe say they're not the leaders. And this is not political. This is apolitical. We talk about through different years and through different administrations. They haven't put they don't prioritize the benefits that we then can get from Yaso. If we say football don't play na salon for 2 years or more, and we know see certain players we are of Sierra Leone heritage, they play week in, week out of Sierra Leone, then I believe say the coaches, the people responsible for ensure say in then 2 years then they try for put the bubble them back together. Football still they play for make Sierra Leone lack behind them for don't come look at the bigger picture, fan Sierra Leone say we live and they play na leagues them out of Sierra Leone week in, week out, and for talk to them and bring them come on board and put them part of the pecking order. So we'll get tournament football for go play, we get a wider team for pick form. But as I said before, it's not just football, it's in everything. I remember a few years back, I actually get a picture of me and Carlton Cole, and he said that he wanted to go and play for Sierra Leone. The president's been doing at the UK at the time, and there was an event, and we've been covered the event, and Carlton Cole was there, and he go present Tibarai in boots and in jersey to the then head of state, and he say Ingo leg for play for Sierra Leone. My question is, did that ever happen? We have to think about football as a bigger picture. We don't turn a global village now. Gone are the days that we get for jump a ship for travel abroad. Gone are the days that we get for take train. Or now Sierra Leone is literally a few hours away from Europe. So I don't see why we shouldn't be thinking of we place them around the world as Sierra Leoneans and giving them the opportunity, or at least for go watch them and see if they can make the grade.
Okay, over to you, Ali. You don't hear from me and you don't hear from Femi, and that's literally waiting at the stance on the involvement of the diaspora, even though
I still think the same, because I hardly change my. I think the biggest picture here is the action to working together, the collaboration part of it. But you can't, for example, I'll give you another example now, T-Boy. You've set up a very good media team, and I can work with you at any time. We can work together to say, for example, tomorrow we want to go Cameroon, we want to go set up something. As long as we get the accreditation, we can able to give a very, very good analysis and coverage.
And we've been waiting for that accreditation forever. Alright? Between me and you two?
No, yeah, hold on. But this is what I'm saying.
Hold on. We've been waiting for that accreditation forever between me and you two.
You're coming back to what I'm trying to point at. What I'm trying to point at is
I understand you, but just answer that question no more. You say me and you two can put up a formidable team for support salon anyhow. And me and you two, over the years, we don't try seriously hard for make we get accreditation. Now, lie or not so lie? Just let's be honest. Haven't we tried?
Now, I'm getting to your point, but what I'm trying to get at, I know what you're saying. You're saying real thing, and I'm saying something similar, but in a different way. My point is, if things are not running properly down at home, forget it. That's what I'm trying to point at. If things are running properly at home, then we got chance. Because when it runs properly, it expands, it go bigger, it get better. That's the point I'm making. But right now, the way it is, it's just a one small circle. It just things are just going around that circle. But by the time it started expanding, then you got more chance because they themselves started looking for partners. They started looking to make it better. But because it's being tight and it's just not going according to plan, just forget it, T-boy. This is my point. I'm not saying what you're saying is wrong, but I'm just telling you, I will prefer they get it right. Then we already set up a platform where we've established, we're there, we're ready all the time. Anytime they call me a UT, they say, hey, oh man, now this, so we're on target. Just pack your laptop, pack you this. Ali, you get one small popo bag, you're ready. But the problem is you need an established system to get yourself into it. That's my point.
Ali, my point here is we're not going to ever get a phone call they coming from Freetown to say
no. You don't need the phone call. What we are doing now. Say what Salon was playing in a Cup of Nations. Now we have invested. We can go there. We can do things where they will have no choice but to include you because they're going to see what you are doing is better than what they can produce.
Ali, now I'll give you a quick flashback.
Okay.
The first international game we happened at Bow football field, we covered. And we not covered them.
You told me.
There are pictures of that. We covered it extensively. We took multiple cameras on the day and we covered it. We've covered international matches in Sierra Leone. The FA don't give you accreditation for cover matches then in Freetown just only because we are there. Yeah? Now, what I'm saying to you is different. What they say to you now is, between me and you, you've been here covering football for years now. I would say more than 10 years. Between me and you two, inside that 10 years, we don't try more than 15 times for cover Salon international matches. And we've never have any form of accreditation, not even accreditation, acknowledgement from the Salon FA in regards to that. Between me and you, we don't offer for buy we own tickets, pay we own way, and cover international matches of Leon Stars playing. They have not even acknowledged that. Between me, Femi, and Sierra Leone Media, we went to Freetown and approached the administration responsible for sports in Sierra Leone, asking them officially, give us an accreditation. We will come back to London and cover the Sierra Leone team for the Olympics. We did not even have an acknowledgement letter to say, okay, we don't hear you now. Otherwise, then tell you, say, look, we'll go buy fishing boat for catch fish now, Freetown. We're talking about football, mate. So these are some of the things that we me they bring come to you, say, as Sierra Leoneans in the diaspora, Salon not ready to accommodate we in any way, shape, or form whatsoever in terms of making contributions out of Sierra Leone to anything we got in Sierra Leone. If you need to go invest in a Salon, then no one deal with you. Trust me, I have millions of people the way they put their life for football in a Salon. They didn't even get them footing for your voting in the system. What team more like they do so now currently? Now something we don't propose to players then way they at this country for them to put together a group of people where they scout out of for Salon brings them where they inside Europe. We can fly to Europe for £50, mate. We don't need nobody to pay that money for us. All you need is just a letter for, say, the Sierra Leone FA sign, say, we are asking T-Boy, Sarah Jen Media, area boys, Morai Kamara, for make it be one of we agents for scouts for Sierra Leonean home or grown or heritage players the way they play. Now the diaspora leagues in America, in Holland, in Germany, in France, they are all over the place. Right up to 5 years ago, we got a player where they play for Switzerland. A black Sierra Leonean boy who was literally just 17 years old.
And now you just reminded me yesterday, you know, Glenn Kamara played for Finland yesterday.
Imagine. Just imagine that. And not to say that yesterday we are aware of Glenn Kamara. We don't know about Glenn Kamara almost 8 years ago. Because I remember a couple of years ago, he was one of the youngest players who we forgive award for an award ceremony where we do a couple of years ago in our hotel.
At that time,
we know about all them players also. We knew about all these players.
Yeah.
I mean, Kai when they run for play, so now Kai would run the chase him for 5 years or 10 years ago. You know what he make go play for Salon for the very first time with the chase him? Because Salon refused for pay for insurance. And you can't take risk. Nobody in prime. Now Crystal Palace. You want to make you go play ball for Salon, you not get insurance? Do they really are they really serious for compete? I remember a couple of years ago, Senegal sent a full-studded 11, 22-man player. We're not in at the home base team. The home base go and watch World Cup. You see how they perform? So let us not begin to take things for granted and they make things become slightly sweeter for our own comfort because it is affecting the nation. Now, they say. So with what they say, so I totally agree, but we got to find a way how we fine-tune ourselves from the diaspora and able to participate in developing Sierra Leone in terms of sport. But anyway, not all said and done. I'm just asking if we guys are ready for the 8 o'clock match for for Holland. So if we can give a yes for us in the panel right now, then yes, because the next game we'll get for the next couple of days is long awaiting for local gets either France, Holland, either France, Belgium, or England back for play. But tonight we have Netherlands where they play Austria. Not tonight in Netherlands, Austria. Netherlands they play Ukraine. So are we going for that match tonight?
Yeah, and it's a good game.
It is a good game.
I'm interested.
Okay, I don't say Ali will be interested. Femi, are you up for the Netherlands-Ukraine game as well?
I am up. Really, na the Salon game I eager for. I don't know how they will be able to do that because of the time zone, but that's
You look eager for the Salon game.
No jokes. Yeah, no
but
jokes.
But the Salon game on Monday is going to be in the afternoon anyway. So
yeah, the problem then for work.
As we speak, I'm not hearing French, but T-Boy, you get second where you can link up to the Benin Football Federation on Facebook. I see they do press conference, and I'm sure this has to do because it's the Benin coach presently. They're doing a press conference, and I'm sure this has to do with Sierra Leone game.
Well, you see, these are the seriousness of our game. Monday, 9 Benin they play Salon. Today Sunday, Benin they on TV doing press conference about the game. That's how important the game is. I saw some pictures on Facebook where they show you the state of we Salon players them, how they look like, who side and they, how they lead on. It's not even comfortable.
Yes, very
and you're meant to be playing a very serious game tomorrow, win or die game. Is that how you prepare for a serious game?
That's very subjective.
Is that how you prepare for a serious game? Let's be serious, Ali. All kind of sentimental issues them aside, but is that how you really prepare for the game where they take you to the African Nations Cup? Where your opposition right now there on a press conference?
I've even shared it. So I know most people, but I'm not really French. So see, they're trying to test all the cameras. I'm just one follow waiting in the scene. Like you said, that's why I said it's about if things are going on well, we don't have issues like this to discuss because everything will be well planned, well ahead in place, So until we get that right, that's my own argument. Until we get home right, it's going to be always difficult.
Okay, so I take it we're all going for the Holland game. So let's try to wrap up and get our first look. We refresh ourselves for the next game and see how we take the next.
Yeah,
the Holland game.
You go see me face for the Holland game.
And it's time for get few people away this Holland. We will can make small noise for we. because the Dutch are always passionate about football, and we know exactly what football means to the nation. We still they pussyfoot around with football, even though we spend 90% of our time into the Premiership. But at least if we put all that energy in the game, it will make the game different. Over to you, Femi.
Yeah, Abiwan mentioned earlier on when we talk about the health and safety side of things. We're going to talk about what happened yesterday, and Tibo going to talk about mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. And he cracked a joke about it. I just want to point to say there is a guard, a face mask, a face shield. I don't remember the exact name within the collar, where they allow you for do mouth to mouth, but liquid not the transfer between you and the person where you try for saving life. So you pray down the fan and face, then you able for do the mouth to mouth and try for get the person. As I say, I'm a trained first aider, and every time I get for go for the renew my skills, especially now with COVID, and it's been a lot of so there's measures in place. I'm just want to make on know about Dandy.
Okay. Every year you get for upgrade you knowledge about the first aid every year, and if you not go upgrade, then they allow you for coach standard league, like who they coach. So the need for implementing in the salon. Even when they buy you first aid kits now, the team where Family talk about so is part of you first aid it's part of your first aid kits.
Okay.
For that CPR. But you need for it on this that every coach in the salon, every football official forget a knowledge of these cardiac.
All right. Well, let me say we last few words for today's show before we come back at 7:30 for continue with the Holland Ukraine game. So I will start with Ali. Ali, can you give me your quick roundup for today's game and short description of what you feel say the game be so far? Even though we don't win today, yes, we're 1-up, so we don't begin lead beyond table. So over to you, Ali.
It was a good game. England, like I said, 57-minute goal scored by Raheem Sterling, and Raheem Sterling is kind of chasing a serious English record, because I think this is his let me just see, 13 goals, 17 international matches. So it's good. So England, Southgate don't start the tournament very well. So we look what happened in the next couple of games. But for now, everything seems to be going right. Although some media houses are looking at he dropped this player, he dropped that player, but this is going to be in any national team. Some people look at certain players and say, oh, they're supposed to be in this team. Some people think they're not supposed to be. Some people so. But when you look at some of their own legends, there is a guy from Leeds, that Kelvin Phillips. Oh man, that guy, I'm sure he's the man of the match today. He's so powerful in midfield. And this is the guy that played for Leeds. So yeah, it was a good game, and look forward to tougher opponent for England. Then we test them more. Opponent that will test them better. Because Croatia, to be honest, they're a very good team, but I just feel like they're coming of age, most of their players.
Okay. Thank you very much, Ali. We'll take that into consideration, and we hope for see you picture live on the next match. Over to you, man.
I need to shave my beard first.
Sure. Now for all your send me for a family. So what if you will say me?
No, I'm messing about. Pamola, you go on.
Yeah, I think, yes, Ali. In terms of team selection, Dandy is always coach. There's a question mark in this country, England. No matter whose selection will you make, you get other people who feel see other players and deserve for being at the starting lineup. So by nature, England and Salon are the same.
Now they colonize we.
Yes, you're not able to satisfy. You're not able to satisfy
We always grumble.
Yes, when it comes on decision making, team selection. However, as a coach, you get a responsibility for picking team. Now you responsibility for make that team they go perform. Now you responsible for team performance, players performance. So their responsibility and they you not get for get a fear. Because now two teams, you go play a match, you either win or you lose.
Sure.
Yeah,
sure.
Right. But most times they judge you based on your decision making, and that didn't make you a coach. If you can make a better decision, then people can put you in a level where you deserve. With the England team, to be honest to you, the last 5 years, England they produce players in young players. And as I said to you, since they involve that in new type of football DNA, then bring the futsal into the game. You see and say now, the perception of the game don't change. Before, you look for Femi type player, kick the ball long, you get we big and strong. Yes. So you look for that. Now Femi in type, there's no way to be seen. They're not to pick them that much. You understand? Because managers like Guardiola, this list manager, Pochettino, a lot of the big managers now, if you look at the players, them way then they sign, now small players them, way more mobile. You understand? We get more movement. So the dynamic of the game don't change. It's not about size anymore, bigger players, longer ball. It's about who can cover more grounds on the pitch. So you just see now the game look good. And England, they produce them kind of players in there now. During the days of Okana England, a lot of boys, they were talent. Now you play Sunday League 7 at this country where they pay you £20 per match. Because he not get the size, he not get that kind of mentality to play English football.
We play Sunday League, we play South American League, we play so many leagues there, and then they pay for some.
Yeah, because don't forget back again.
These are just couple. I get one old share full of.
Yes, because you've been brave on the game. You've been go for tackles and all these things. So that's how they make you, they sign you. But now let's talk the realistic side of the game. You see, I see now small players in the play now because then they cover more grounds, they got more movement. And since England changed that in DNA, then try for copy from Spain, Germany, Belgium, the football don't improve so much. This team, I go only rate them if they go to semi-final finals. Because anything they do now with the England team do, it's not surprising me because I understand the system. I expect them to proceed every game they play. You understand? They go the quality. It's all about the selection, selecting the right players. But quality-wise, I not doubt the team. Who side me my vision for England, then for go finals.
All right, thank you very much, Molai. Look, we save the rest for the next game. Look at Femi. Femi, if Molai don't disrespect, you can't sky. He say, you know what, you can't sky, you ready and go to bang the ball for them and run. But if you forget, say, you not being sprinter, you get paced like a wood team. Tell I'm making you small. But save some for the next game because the man go out for no you.
So I've never been a footballer as we can call in Africa. I done school in England. I play for my school. I represent Croydon as well. And I've been there Harriers. So me I be an athlete. So I remember one of the training that we been do. Na we been play 6-a-side na big pitch. So we get one tournament for go play when I was 6 number, including goalkeeper, na full size pitch. And I was one of the first person we didn't pick because me I been cross country runner. So the coach tell me, say Femi, all I want make you do now for just cover the terrain. I remember back in the days when we get played like a David Batty. David Batty, literally, when you watch David Batty play football, you wanna say how this guy managed to play for England all the entire so. Because skillfully he wasn't, he not been get these skills at all. Bokoda played and they will kill him. But again, as you say, back then, the main criteria for being a footballer was you had to be an athlete. You get ready for battle, win the ball in the air, run till you got come out. So when you go for trial, then they tell you first of all, begin run around the pitch. you know, then they check on your physical ability more than you footballing ability. Now the first in the begin judge you. We hear stories them with Lionel Messi, we he go Barcelona first, then put on one side and say this guy not go really play because he's just too small. Then go kick him out of the pitch. In a way, they listen to Match of the Day. The guy Lineker and he talks, they will be play football. Certain player then they will Angonia because then they kick the ball, then kick you, all thing. Yellow card safe, not the commodity. So it was a very physical game. We don't change now. Now football is more refined, if I can use that word. It's more depending on your skills of the ball and how you can move them. And yes, it depends on you still your pace. You know, like Modric, so we see him from way young. I think he played against Cameroon on one of them games, then they scored a wonderful goal. And till now, he don't reach the position where he don't ready for retire now. He not to that box-to-box player no more. But actually, if you watch this game today, for what you see, if we look at the two captains them, although at different position them in the play, I believe Modric gets a far better game than Harry Kewell. Not to say it's cried down on Harry Kewell. I just think this now an opportunity because he's ready for move club now, and this could be the make or break of if big club they can take him or not, depending on the tournament we get. And I not think what he delivered today was enough for England. Yes, England went through, but I think Harry Kane could have done more. Or if he is injured or if he's tired, the coach supposed for them play other players them. Get other similar kind of player them, not exactly the same, but similar kind of player them. We been in a bench where if you pick player them for sentiment and for the name no more, certain player them not go ever make the field. Messi was coming along. Ronaldinho, the president of Barcelona at the time, called Ronaldinho and tell him, say me man, the time done. It's sad to say, but we have to move on. He say that the hardest thing for Ameki do. This not even the coach Damo, that the president of the club. He say this is the hardest thing we do because you helped us build this club. But right now, the club get for move on and go. And Ronaldinho not object with him. Smile we always get in my face. Instead acknowledge say there was a younger kid in Messi coming along, we've been not ready for stepping into in boots. So transition is always until we get for put into we would do anything we talk about leadership. We get for look waiting tomorrow they bring. You know, as a manager, it's a lonely position. If you make you player them or you staff like you're going to be a poor manager. You have to be ready to make those difficult decisions. We launch them. You are going to sit down at your table because none of the players can sit down near you because you have to make those decisions to be a good manager. Look at all the and then look at Alex Ferguson who they able to they throw teacups them around the changing room. For be a good manager, you have to be tough. And Nadandi no more left fan. So I hope say we salon manager them go learn little bit on see. They can't be friends with some of these guys. Well, all of these guys, they have to be the manager first and foremost.
Thank you very much, Femi. Wise words from you again on football. And thank you very much for all the one way they watch me on Facebook. And thank you very much to all the one way on YouTube as well. And thank you for your contribution and your question and your statements. Continue for send your question them in regards to what we talk about. Like we clearly they say a lot of stuff in a way related to football, not just in the UK or the European Championship what they watch right now, but also about the countries alone and how football evolved over the years. Also, we were in London, we don't use for play Sunday leagues or playing our local leagues them whilst we were here. So I will say thank you to all those for your contribution and not forget for tune back on. We do on 8 o'clock, 7:30 to 8 for cover the Holland game. And we believe say most of the Holland player them get some players and winner of black heritage, although most of them are from the Caribbean, but we still owe them duty for talk about them because themselves gets a large amount of black players they waiting at their football squad. So we know that it's time for being racist at all, but now the facts number say we are from Africa and we have to cover the game from the African point of view. Just like what in Sarah Jane Media they do is to tell the African stories being told by Africans themselves, which is why we're here. So continue for follow we. And make sure you join me back tonight at 7:30. We will bring the Holland-Ukraine game. Very interesting game. We discuss for you to get some few Dutchmen for come join the panel. and talk about the game and talk about the platform of how local football they play in Holland within the Salon community as well. Because I clearly believe, say, most of the people that we come off from Holland, we come London over the years. Some of them can't join we. Now the football league the world when they play those early years women at this country. So basically, we want to continue that kind of game spirits the way they don't exist and see how we can build on them for bring and come back into existence. I want to say thank you to the panelists, to Molai and to Ali. We go try for bring a few more people and for join them later on with the Holland game. But don't forget, say England win 1-0 today, so we don't start for top the table. I know so that laugh me right now, but me like Englishman. The next England game, they give me England replica vest. What they wear. Today, Femi Kada and Paul Liverpool vest day. We don't talk for see that vest, man. Try change them. I can't believe say Liverpool wear green vest of all red Liverpool. Then go make them away kids green. What's a statement in color? I don't know if now our manager decide that to, but until now for begin grow green grass now in our country. Liverpool not get grass on us also what Saturday. So basically, when I go back to the sea and find something, we get something for do the ocean. We not like a blue or maybe white, but green. We left that kid that. But viewers, join me back at 7:30 for cover the Holland-Ukraine game. So until next time, I want to say thank you to everybody that's been watching and keep following us and continue for spread the news. Say, Ben Salom, when you talk about the European Championship, where they happen right now. Can't listen to what you say back. So join us at 7:30. Thank you very much once more.
Thank you. So